Hello, gang. Welcome to the stream. This is the Adrel Show, where 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we look at everything World of Warcraft gold making. For today's stream, we have a couple of different things that we're going to be doing. We're going to start off by just doing some intro stuff as we usually do. We will then spend some time looking at the trading post. I usually put out, most months I put out a little video summarizing, what the rewards are, what the easiest tasks to complete are, and stuff like that. I kind of fell off the past couple months with the launch of the War Within, but we'll get back into that. We'll take a look. We'll see, what the rewards are looking like, what the easiest tasks to complete are going to be, and that sort of thing. We're then going to spend actually a little bit of time today leveling. I've gotten my Death Knight to level 79, and so I kind of want to just finish my Death Knight off, get him to level 80. Not really a huge gold making reason behind that, I suppose. I mean, I guess on one hand, I can complete more delves, and if I really wanted to farm my own profane tinderboxes, I could do that. So, I mean, there is always technically a gold making reason behind everything, right? But after that, we'll spend some time crafting. We'll do a mailbox opening. I think we have about 2 or 3 million gold in the mailbox. I don't know if it'll be quite enough to get us to 40 million like I thought it would be, but we'll find out together. All right, that said, let's get into it. So a couple of things just at the top. As you guys can see from the banner, at least if you're watching the horizontal stream, we have, oh, sorry, 1 second. I'm just realizing that the now playing widget is not working for some reason. Let's see if we can get that fixed. There we go. All right. So as you guys can see from the little banner over here, on Friday's stream, we're actually going to be giving away one of the gummy pet codes. So if you have no idea what that is, basically, there's a promotion that World of Warcraft has with a sour candy company in the US that is the only way that you can get that pet. And so if you do not live in the US and you want to get that pet, I managed to secure a couple of codes for us. And so we'll be giving that away on Friday's stream. All right. So definitely tune in on Friday if you would like a chance to win that pet. I'll try and see if I can put out like another YouTube video or something about it as well, just so that you guys have all the details that's there. Not gonna lie, still ironing out some of those details. I figured out technically how to do it. I just need to figure out the logistics of everything. That said, we also I'm not gonna lie to you. We're trying to raise a little bit of support for me to be able to replace my broken, janky headset. So if you are watching on Twitch and you're enjoying the content, please consider subscribing. You can use your Twitch Prime if you haven't used it for this month. Reminder there on that. But please consider using it up on me. All right. That said, let's get into it. I think let's head over to the trading post. We'll, oh, damn it. I didn't want to log on to this character. Okay, so we'll do the trading post second. We'll start off by just finishing this guy off in terms of leveling. And let's get our second account going here as well. And so basically what I've been doing is I've been running tier 1 delves. Now I do multi-box, of course, completely within the terms of service. I manually alt-tab between windows and all that fun stuff. But I think one of the best ways to do that is basically putting both of you, like characters from both of your accounts into the same tier 1 delve, smashing it on one of the characters, and then basically collecting the delve quests on the second account, right? And my thinking here is that we'll complete all of those quests, right? We'll pick up the Dark Moon buff as well right now. That's the other reason why it's extra rewarding to level right now, right? I mean, time walking dungeons in and of themselves are a pretty quick way to level. It looks like in the late 70s, I was getting about half a level per dungeon run, so really shouldn't take that long to level through that. But if you're if you're watching this VOD in the future and you're looking for a good way to level up alts, the delves are actually kind of sick. And I think I need to drop the graphics here because otherwise we're going to start to have system issues. Okay, we're back to low graphics, and outline mode is disabled, which we don't want. We want that on high. All right, we should probably have to change those settings on our second account as well. Outline mode on high, and that just makes it easier to find like the dirt piles and things like that. But okay, so basically we're gonna run tier 1 delves, right? will complete the quest. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about, basically there's these one-time quests that you get on each character for each delve, and you'll have the quest that you can now pick up super easy at the start of each of these delves. And basically, it rewards a huge amount of experience, something like 80,000, I think 60 to 80,000 experience. And so yeah, that's a nice big chunk, especially since, I mean, even level 79 to 80 only needs about 445,000 experience. So my plan is that basically we're going to run the delves on 2 characters at once. We'll get one of them to level 80, right? We won't turn in the quests on the second one. And the thinking there is that basically once we hit level 80 on one of the characters, we'll get another 5% experience buff on the second character. And so then we'll just fly around turning in all those quests and sort it out that way. What's up, Golden? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? We're seeing you back after a couple days. How's it been? How you been? You're currently using the Inky Black potion to help identify the dirt piles. Oh, does that work well? I'll be honest, I've never used the Inky Black potion. I've heard a lot about it, but I haven't actually used it myself. Does it make things a lot easier to see? And are they hard to get? Like, are they pricey? Because I feel like even with the game on low settings, I'm able to see the dirt piles pretty easily if I have the highlight mode set up, or like if I have highlights set to high. I tend to not have too much of a difficulty finding them. All right, let me go 11 gold. Yeah, for sure. Let's test it out. Let me hit the auction house and pick one up. Inky Black. Bringing Deeps looks so much better. Ooh, okay. They're down to 4 gold. Let's see. Does it just make everything black, or does it... Well, I guess we're about to find out in a second. Inky Black potion. Right, there we go. Oh, so it makes it like night mode. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I can see why this would be useful. Should hopefully make it a lot easier to find dirt piles. All right, so we are going to... We still have... Well, I think on my Death Knight, who I'm trying to level up first, we have basically... We need... What is it? Like... If the quests are giving us 80,000 each, I think we would technically need like 4 of these delve quests, right? But the delves themselves will give us some experience as well. And so I think we'll probably be able to get away with like 2 or 3 of them. And you'll see on my... you won't see because I don't have the screen set up, right? All right, now you can see. So these are the quests I'm talking about. The Delvers Call quests, and they basically reward like 82,000 experience each, which is a huge, huge chunk, right? And so, like I said, on this account, I'm just saving them up. We will run the Dark Moon buff. Wait, what's going on? There we go. We will run the Dark Moon buff just for the 10% bonus experience there, but we're going to wait to turn in all the quests until we hit level... what was I trying to say? Until we hit level 80 on one of the characters. Oh, dude, this is dark as hell. Yo, this is... I wonder if this makes the system use less resources as well. Or if it's rendering everything and then darkening it over top. So performance is actually even more significantly impacted. Can I see things at the same range, though? Oh, okay, so it's... Well, I guess it stands out like that. Do these give experience? One way to find out, I suppose. What's up, Pop You? Or Pep, I guess you said I could call you. How's it going, Pep? Welcome to the stream. How's your week going? How is everyone's vaults, by the way? I didn't have the best of vaults, and I didn't have the worst of vaults. So I feel like I can't complain too much, because in past weeks I have gotten pretty badly screwed by my vault. This time I still got 1 trinket, but as luck would have it, of course, the only piece that was genuinely an upgrade for me was a piece of tier gear, and that was the piece of gear that I got from the chest that's like less sorry, the vault slot that was a lower eye level. It wasn't any of my hero tier, my hero 616 gear slots. That was like a trinket and some crappy cloak. And of course, the one slot that I had that was with eye level 584 was the piece that dropped tier. And so I ended up having to pick that, and then with that and my final catalyst, like my latest catalyst charge, I was finally able to get the 4-piece on my main. But I wasn't super stoked about my vault. How did you guys fare? Did you guys have better vaults? Yep. All right, we've got snacks for today's stream, which is a bit of a change than usual, I suppose. So to begin with, we're doing some sour candy. That's what we got on deck. Keeping it nice and healthy. I love that when I first started streaming, or at least a couple weeks ago, it was like fruits and green juice, and now it's just sour candy. Haven't even looked yet. Goddamn, Golden. That's next level goblin stuff. You were too busy making gold off of everyone who was opening their vaults. I'll be honest, yesterday wasn't as good for sales as I thought it would be. I thought we would do a couple million at least. I mean, we did 2 million. Which I suppose I can't whine too much about. Oh, we should turn these in. Oh, dude, that's a decent chunk of experience. Goddamn. I mean, admittedly, we had 80 of the dirt to turn in, but that got us like half a level. Yeah, we might be able to hit level 80 with just one of these delves and the quests. But yeah, I thought yesterday would be a huge day for sales. I thought we were going to do like another 8.5 million or like at least like 4 or 5 million gold. And no, it was an okay day, but I don't think it was. I think I actually did better last Tuesday, which wasn't a Spark week, and wasn't like a Catalyst week either. Although I guess Spark and Catalyst weeks overlap. Oh jeez, I feel like the mic is picking up the crinkling of the wrapper. Is it very botherful on stream? I crafted most of my usual stuff. So, enchants, leg armors, spell threads, right, drums, consumables mainly. Because on Tuesdays, I feel like that's what sells best, right? I'm not doing any gems. I haven't really gotten a jewel crafter set up for gems yet. Concentration or otherwise, for that matter. But yeah, I saw decent sales on those missives as well, right? Because obviously people are getting their sparks. They're gonna be crafting gear, and so they'll need missives for that. But it wasn't as good of a day for sales as I thought it would be. And I mean, I'm sure part of that is just because things weren't as profitable, and so I also crafted less than I usually would have. What the hell is happening? Why am I losing? Oh, there we go. All right, that explains that. All right, I think I'm going to try and pull some of the sour candy out of the bag so that we don't have the crinkling noise on the mic as much. There we go. Oh. Got sour candy spilled all over my desk right now. Luckily, this stuff doesn't have the sour salt, because that would be a real mess. But okay. Vault wasn't too bad. Got a couple hero pieces. Good stuff. I mean, that's what we're all looking for, right? Tell me, Golden. Give me an update. What's been selling for you? I'll be honest. I missed your video this week. But are you seeing the same thing where margins on most things seems to be coming down? I don't know if it's just me. But I felt like last week when people were whining about margins coming down, I didn't feel it as much. And that may just be because of the fact that I wasn't as impacted because I've been doing the bulk crafting, like min-max thing for a while. I mean, not super min-max, to be fair. I still haven't done like the shuffle or anything like that. But I was definitely doing a lot more high effort builds. And I felt like that was working really well. And it wasn't really that much work, I feel like. To be honest, not much margins tight, which will make people stop. I mean, hopefully. Look, I'm always... I mean, as a gold maker, I'm always happy when people are exiting the market. As someone who's putting together videos on how to make gold, I'd hope that more people are entering the market. But yeah, I mean, I don't think I'll be honest. For the first time since the launch of the expansion yesterday, there was a stage at which I was like, well, I'm not really certain what to do with myself right now to make more gold. As in, like, I had done bulk crafts of all the things that were profitable. And honestly, there's not, like, I feel like for most of the characters I have, I'm pretty happy with their build right now. There's not too many that, like, doing the weekly, like the weekly knowledge point sources and stuff like that wouldn't really unlock that many more benefits for a lot of my crafters. Because in a lot of the cases now, the rank 3s aren't profitable. The rank 2s are where all the profits are anyway. And the rank 2s, you don't really benefit all that much from more knowledge points. Maybe you benefit a little bit more from some multi-craft or resourcefulness, but most of my characters that are crafting anything with multi-craft probably already have all their blue equipment, so there's not really much in the way of more multi-craft that they're going to be getting. Welcome to stream, by the way. I see we have a bunch more people joining us on Twitch. What's up? How's it going? Drop a message in chat. Let me know. Let me know how the week's going for you. Did you make a bunch of gold on reset yesterday? We are quickly running a tier 1 delve on one of my alts who's just about to ding level 80. Now, I don't think it's going to give us... I don't think it's going to, on paper, make us more gold. Because there's not really a gold making reason to level up characters as such that I've found so far, at least. But yeah, I feel like in the past week I've spent so much time in Dornigal that I'm kind of keen on just getting out into the world and actually doing things. So yeah, we're basically running each of the delves once to complete the like Delver's Call quest, right? These ones. Where is it? Bringing Delver's Call. These ones. These Delver Call quests that give you 84,000 experience each. And running them on tier 1, they're pretty quick and painless to get through. Especially if you do them on if you do multi-box, you can do them on 2 characters at a time because yeah, I mean, that way you're completing the quest on 2 of the characters. What you will want to do, though, and what I'm doing here, you'll see one of my characters is only at level 77. And I'm not turning in any of the quests on this dude because we'll wait until this guy hits level 80 and we unlock the 5% account-wide experience buff before we turn in all the quests on that dude. So hopefully that catches you guys up on what we're doing. Golden, you're saying you're not making much gold yet. You're still investing. What kinds of things are you investing in? Are you done set? I think you said you were done setting up your alt army, right? Okay, fair enough. Are you doing like blue professional equipment or anything? All right, gang. Let me know in chat if we're back. I have no idea what happened. I think my internet dropped for a second. OBS is telling me we're reconnected, and so hopefully we're okay. Let's really double check if we have audio on the Twitch stream. And if you're watching on YouTube, drop a message in chat. Let me know if everything's looking okay. I suppose if it's not, then you wouldn't hear this to tell me that. All right, give me 1 second. Let me double check myself. Good now? Thanks, Galton. I think we're doing okay. Paying my bills. I tried to with gold, man. They said something about real money trading and didn't take it seriously. Something about not accepting battle.net balance. Sorry, folks. Give me a second. I'm just trying to sort out all the things that got broken by the stream going down. Yo, I'm sorry, folks. I have no idea why we dropped twice in a row like that. My internet will sometimes just randomly disconnect me like that. I don't know what it is. And Lord knows I've spent so much freaking time troubleshooting my routers and stuff like that, but I can never seem to get it quite right. But I don't think it's on mine. I think it's literally my ISP. But let's see. If we have another disconnect, we may have to take a quick little break just for me to try and see if there's anything I can do on my end to try and avoid those happening. But I know that does happen from time to time. Oh, gee. So I love the Dark Moon Fair buff, but I'm not going to lie to you. It makes me feel like I'm playing hardcore light. Because I'm constantly worried that if I die, which viewers of this stream will know happens pretty often, I lose the Dark Moon buff. And now I'm too cheap to buy those Dark Moon top hats. I've done it in the past, but usually I'm too cheap to buy them. And so the only way for me to get the buff back is to literally run back to the Dark Moon Fair. Or like port and run and like do the whole thing. And I'm frequently too lazy to do that. All right, what's going on? Why is the door here not open? Do I just stomp in front of it? The hell? What am I missing? Oh, damn it. I always forget this on this delve. I need to stomp near the corpses. And so my hope was in doing these on my alts, I'm trying to also casually get the Delve Lore Master achievement. Because you need that for the meta achievement, like the Glory of the Delver achievement, right? Which I actually do want to try and get. Because I'm genuinely enjoying Delves, and I think it's one of the few Glory achievements that I can actually get when it's like current content. I have some of the Glory achievements, but I've mainly gotten them after they were current content, right? Glory of the Delver is the first time that I'm like, I may actually, like, I could probably actually get that done if I put some effort into it. And I think running alts through the delves to level them up is probably a decent way to get progress on that achievement, right? Because they're going to be tier 1 delves anyway, so it's going to be pretty easy. But if you are watching live, let me know if the stream's okay. Now we went down twice. Everything looks fine on the back end for me, but with the stream going down twice, I don't know how much I trust my back end stuff. Oh, dude, this guy is not... I was going to say this guy's not going to make it with... make it through the darkness. But if you're watching live and you can see or hear this, please drop a message in chat and let me know that the stream's looking okay on your platform, please. Because to be fair, I didn't throw up the TikTok stream today. Mainly because I was just too late to start the stream already. I needed to shave and look presentable for you lovely people. And so we didn't throw up a TikTok stream. But if anything, that probably should mean that our performance is better. And that doesn't seem to be the case, so I don't know what's going on. Oh, gee. It turns out I found another way to distract myself while I'm in combat, which is looking down to pick out pieces of candy. Let it never be said that I don't get creative with coming up with new ways for me to perish on these streams. All right, I think we still need some more. We still need some more gear, some more lost gear, and then it's just the boss, and then we're done with this one. The fact that a tier 1 delve is taking us almost 30 minutes is probably not a good sign. And welcome to the stream if you're just joining us. We are running some tier 1 delves on our alts, primarily to get the Delver's Call quests done, because each of those quests reward 80,000 experience. And hopefully after this delve, we should hit level 80 on this guy, my Death Knight. All right, let's see if this monster pull pays off. Oh jeez. All right, that should give us some more candlelight. Oh gee. All right, this is not. All right, let's pop our cooldowns. Damn it. Yeah, we are. I love that. I love that even on a tier 1 delve, I'm constantly close, near death. Even on a freaking tier 1 delve. Oh, damn it! We lost the dark moon buff on one of our characters. That's not good. Not what we wanted. But oh well, if I had to pick one of these two characters to lose their dark moon buff, it would have definitely been the warrior. I'll be honest, I don't know entirely why I'm leveling up my warrior because I have no idea how to play my warrior. Right? I have no idea how to play a warrior. If you guys have any good like guides or tips for playing a warrior, please let me know in chat. Because it's one of the few melee classes that I just have not been able to wrap my head around. Well, I guess rogues and shaman either, so I'm not one of the few really. It's in the half that I don't know how to play. Monk, paladin, death knight, I'm Gucci. Am I missing any other melee DPS? Oh geez, we pulled an ad, and like I said, I have no idea how to do literally anything on my on this warrior, so I'm not entirely certain why I'm leveling him up. But he's at level 77 is the main reason why I'm leveling him up. And the funny part is I didn't even level this guy during remix. This isn't even a remix tune. I leveled this guy up the old-fashioned way. I think mainly during like launch events. Like I think he did 0 to like 60 or whatever in the Dragonflight launch event. And then we finally did oh geez, dude, we got a long way to go till the boss. There's a lot of extra trash that we're gonna have to kill. Probably should have not taken out the entirety of that first room. I gotta stop eating candy in a second here. All right, so I've tried moving the bag of candy to the end of my desk. I'm skeptical as to whether that strategy will actually work because it's still within reachable distance. We do not want to be standing in the fire because like I've been wearing you guys up, this season turns out standing in the fire, not meta, right? Shocking. I know. I was just as surprised as everyone else. But yeah, apparently this season in the world of Warcraft, you're not supposed to stand in the fire, which, yeah, I mean, it's a bold choice by Blizzard. It's a bold design choice, right? Making it so that standing in things is bad for you. I mean, I guess we'll see how the player base feels about it, because I'm not fully sold that it's a particularly good choice design wise. I mean, we'll see how it works out for these crazy kids. So the thing is, I always think that like for things like that involve dual boxing like this, right? Like where I'm playing two characters at once. The meta is probably that I figure out the highest DPS move on for each of the classes, right? And then I alt tab, hit that like button or two buttons or whatever, right? And then alt tab back and then play the other character. The problem is my understanding of warriors is so poor, and I am so lazy that I'm not even open. Like I don't think I've opened the rotation window on Wowhead to figure out what buttons I could hit to just offer the most like DPS, like bonus DPS as a warrior. Which I should probably do because it would probably be the best use of having the second dude tag along. I only recently figured out that warriors have this thing, the battle shout attack power buff, right? So I started using that. Okay, boom. That took way longer than it should have. I don't know why we died on a tier 1 delve, but hey, it is what it is. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move that bag of candy because even though it's at the edge of my desk, I just caught myself looking for it to mindlessly shove more candy in my mouth, which is never a good thing, right? All right, let's see what we got in terms of loot. Archaic cipher key. What does that do? Wait, that's a quest. I mean, obviously it's a quest. It's a quest for something. Detachable Fang is, I think, pretty good for DPS classes, right? I mean, I know that my my monk uses literally these two: the quick candlestick and the detachable fang. I don't know if it's particularly strong as a blood death knight. Maybe not. If it's a DPS trinket, then I think it gets scaled or something, right? They changed something about the way that DPS trinkets work on plate wearers. Although my loot specialization is set to blood, so I think it probably isn't penalized. But what does that archaic cipher thing do? Like, what was it? What's the quest that gives us? Because I think it's something significant. The key to... Ooh! Dude, is this weekly? 3,000 Delver's Journey progress is pretty good, right? Is it once per character? How the hell does that work? Wait, let's see here. It's not telling me how much more Delver's Journey I need to level that up. Is it Brand Bronzebeard shows up here as a rep? It doesn't seem to show up as like a reputation, so I can't use that to track it. I mean, am I wrong? I feel like 3,000 Delver's Journey is quite a bit. Plus another 1,500 undercoins. That's also kind of lit. Is it once per character? And I wonder if it unlocks at the hell. How it says warband wide. It does say that this is a warband quest. The key to success. Yeah, 1 second. We gotta check Wowhead. And actually, we finished the delve. We gotta go turn in the quest in a second here, and I think that will be what. All right, let's do that. I was gonna say we'll take a quick little break, but I think we'll go do that real quick. I also didn't realize for the longest time that these mislaid curiosities that with brand above a certain level actually don't give you anything. It gives you resonance crystals, and that too, like 2 or 3 of them. At which point, I mean, that's pointless, right? Like 2 or 3 resonance crystals. I don't need to bother. What's up, Bipolar Taco? How's it going? Welcome back to the stream. 4-piece from the vault. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I technically got my 4-piece from the vault as well, but obviously it was the 1 vault slot that was eye level 584, as opposed to the 2 other slots that were eye level 616. But I figured, or I thought to myself, that it was probably more important to complete my 4 set than get a 616 cape. And so that's what I ended up doing. I don't know if that was the smart call, but hey, at least I have my 4-piece set now, and it is what it is. Because I was also out of freaking thingamabobbers. I was out of, god damn it, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, charges, like the silken charges for the catalyst. I was out of catalyst charges, so I couldn't really do anything else for that. They nerfed the resonance crystals to gold farm with the capes as well. Yeah, that seemed like a weird change, that they nerfed that you can no longer disenchant the rep items. Now I know they've done that in the past for for previous expansions. Oh, knocked my mic over. And I think the logic then was just because after you unlocked a certain level of rep, you would just buy those items for gold. And I think that's why they moved it to a farmable currency. Maybe they thought that like, okay, we can make it so that we can still tune it. But yeah, so I don't know why they changed that, because I think it stayed that way throughout Dragonflight, right? Like as many of the adventurer supplies as you farmed, there was always a gold value for them because you could convert it into blues and then disenchant those. And yeah, like you're saying, I don't think is anyone really making millions off of it? Is anyone even making like tens of thousands off of it? Probably not, right? So it did seem a little bit weird to me that they nerfed that, but I don't know, maybe with all these things you gotta wonder, like, is there some sort of exploit, or is there like, are the bots doing that a whole bunch for whatever reason? And maybe that's why they've disabled it, but I don't know, man. It seems weird. What really annoyed me was that they nerfed Zekvir's Vault as well, dude. Or Zekvir's Vault, right? It no longer counts towards your towards your Great Vault. Now that kind of sucks. I guess you would still have an incentive to run Zekvir's Vault, or Zekvir's Lair, rather. That's the word I'm looking for. Zekvir's Lair for Valor Stones, because I think it's still a pretty decent farm from Valor Stones, from what I've understood. And potentially for crests, right? You get like 2 rune crests. So I guess that's still an incentive, but do they really expect me to run 8 tier 8 delves? Like, either reduce the amount of delves that I need to do to unlock those slots, or give me more keys. Because I can only get 4 keys easily. And then presumably if I really wanted to, I could do the other activities and things like that, and maybe squeeze out like a 5th, at most a 6th key per week. But I mean, that means the last 2 delves I'm running just for the vault, which feels kind of janky. Like I don't think there's anything else in the Great Vault that works that way, right? Well, neither of these characters are level 80, to be fair, so I can't even see the Great Vault. Let's turn in this guy's quest, because I think he's about ready to pop, and that'll unlock the 5% experience buff for our alt for the level 77 guy as well. All right, gang, are we ready? Are we ready? Damn it! All right, false pop, pre-pop. We pre-popped that. Wait, what's the other quest that I have to turn in for experience? 1740. I don't think it's that. Do I have another quest that? Oh, I probably have to go to Dalaran for that, right? Because I'm 21,000 experience short. That'll give me 14,000. I don't know if that includes the 10%, but and another 7,000 here. Damn it! All right. So I guess we. Well, do we? Yeah, I guess we get both of them hearthed back, and then we have to go to. Well, we have to go to Dornogal for. We have to go to Dornogal for one of the quests, and then we have to go to Dalaran, but like Northern Dalaran for the other one. At which point, I'm wondering, I may just relog over on this account, on my second account, and use my pocket mage to port me over. All right, we'll dig level 80, and then we'll take a quick little break. It was like 50 to 100 G for 250 resonance crystals. Yeah, so I mean, then it's not a huge loss, but I get what you mean. It is kind of annoying that they just randomly nerf things like that. Because it's like, it's not like it had any impact on the economy. If they're gonna do things like that, why not fix the things that are actual exploits or like bugs or like things that are making really breaking things. And if Blizzard needs examples of those, I'm more than happy to be a snitch. and snitch on some of these exploiters, because I don't love I do get pretty pissed off with the exploits that affect the profession stuff. Oh wait, what was that quest called? What was that quest called? The key to success. Wowhead. Is it supposed to be repeatable? Oh, it's a weekly quest. Oh, actually, yeah, I do remember that from the beta. Okay, then that makes more sense. Although, worth noting, it does give experience, so you would technically want to do it on an alt, because if you do it on your main, you're giving up like 7,000 experience, I think it was, which is again not a huge amount. It's not going to change your life, but every little counts when you're trying to level up a whole bunch of alts with as little effort as possible. Dalaran, Northern. So I heard that, but then I saw some people still saying they could do it. So I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. As in, they could still do Zekvir's lair for vault slots. That would be lit. I hope that's the thing. And it does sound like the kind of thing that Blizzard would do, where they tell us that they fixed something, but actually it still works exactly the way the old one did. All right. This time we're getting it right, boys. All right. Are we ready to hit level 80? God damn it. 200 experience? You got to be freaking kidding me. How is that possible? God damn it. We're 200 experience short. How is that? Oh, good God. All right, what can we do quickly for 200 freaking experience? I mean, I guess kill like one mob. Oh my God, this is goofy as hell. And also the most Oh, okay, here we go. Oh, I need to make my way back to Dornigal. And then turning in the Spark quest will get us to 80. God, dude, what are the odds of that? What are the odds of that? Okay. Third time's the charm, all right? We had 2 failed levelings. Now, hopefully this one won't do us wrong, because we need 200 freaking experience, dude. If I don't get 200 experience from this, I'm going to be pissed. Continue. Complete quest. Boom! Level 80. There we go. Okay. That's my 3rd level 80. It only took me a month into the expansion. Admittedly, I haven't been trying to level anyone, so that's also partially why. But hey, we finally have a 3rd level 80 for all the good that'll do us. All right, let's do our treatises real quick. What else does this do? What do we need to do right away at level 80? Have we unlocked? Oh, these all have to be level. Wait, what? You've unclaimed rewards. Return to the Great Vault in Dornigal to make your selection. How? I just hit level 80. Dude, did I get rewards for running the delves last week? Ooh. Let's see here. It's generating loot. It's generating loot. Bro, what? Yo, that's lit. I literally just did level 80. And I got I got 593 boots, veteran track. But complete 1 heroic, mythic, or time walking dungeon? When the hell? How did that? What? the hell is going on? How does that work? So I guess if you do time walking dungeons while leveling up, then you get a vault. Did I do some time walking last week? I don't think I did any last week, so it would have been like the week before. Yo, I mean, low-key then time walking dungeons are lit for leveling characters up. Although then shouldn't that mean that the time walking dungeons that I did last night and this morning count towards next week's vault? Because it's not counting towards. I did like 2 or 3 time walking dungeons between last night and this morning, and those aren't showing up here. Heroic, mythic, or time walking dungeon. I couldn't have done a heroic or mythic dungeon. Dude, what? I wonder if. Oh, sorry, this is my mage. Yeah, she's level 80, so it makes sense that she has access to her vault. Oh, we don't have that screen up. So, okay, we're sitting about 2.2 million in the mailbox, which I think should get us, yeah, that'll get us to 39 million gold, which is a new record. But we were shooting for 40 million gold by today's stream, so I'm a little sad about that. Yeah, I'm very confused by that. Is that a bug? Is it? It couldn't have carried over from Dragonflight, because then it would have been Dragonflight loot that was in the vault. The hell does that work? Because last week there were no time walking dungeons, so it couldn't have been last week. And I mean, the last time walking event was literally like 3 weeks ago. So did I unlock the slot then and it just like carried over the loot since then? I mean, I'm not gonna ask so many questions because I'm happy about it, but dude, this is the most Blizzard system of all time. Things either don't work or they work so brokenly that like you kind of almost get worried. Like, all right, is this a bug? Is Blizzard gonna ban me for this shit? Oh, I forgot I also unlocked a bunch of level 80 stuff here. Might as well go ahead and equip all that. What does that get us to? 536 eye level. All right, so not anything too crazy, but something on the horizon. Level up campaign skip. Oh, so I did this on my mage. Remember we were talking on stream about whether or not I should use this level up campaign skip. And I did it on my mage, and I don't know if it made any difference, so we're just going to do it on this tune too. Unearned rewards will be that's the line that worries me, but hey, we've got more alts. If there's anything that I really need, I can always do that, I suppose. All right, what are these other quests? I get a pinnacle cache from... What? How is this quest still up? Is that quest still supposed to be up? Dude, all of this is so freaking janky, man. Am I supposed to have this quest this week? I thought this was last week's event quest. I mean, look, I'll take a pinnacle cache, because 3 delves, why not? Especially since this guy's rolled blood. So, I mean, yeah, I feel like delves as a tank is just the move, right? They become a lot more palatable if you do them as a tank. And I guess the pinnacle caches in and of themselves don't really make too much of a difference, just because of the fact that what do you call it? They only give you rewards for the first 4, well, gear in the first 2, and then keys in the last in the first 4. So I guess there's not really a downside. It's not too broken for Blizzard to give you more of those caches on a weekly basis, because there's more activities than 4 to do for them. And so I think it is within the logic that you're able to try out different ones for that. Okay, so All right, what do we do now? Do we do some catch up? Do we try and get this guy a little bit geared up? I mean, honestly, the simplest and easiest way to do that would just be running the time walking raid. It's insane how quickly you can gear up with the time walking raid. If you guys are trying to quickly gear up alts, that's the move right there. That's literally all you need to do is run the time walking raid. If you put together your own group, try and be a little cheeky. Try and stack it with people who wear the same armor type as you do, right? As a character you're trying to gear up. And then download an add-on called Personal Loot Helper. And what it does is it monitors your chat and basically gives you a little button to whisper anyone who has a piece drop that either they can't use or like that is an eye level decrease for them, or that could be an upgrade for you, including for transmog. And then it just pops up a little button on your screen. You can just hit the button and it'll send a template message to them being like, hey, if you don't need that item, would you mind terribly sharing it with me? And most people are super chill about it. I mean, that's how this chick, if we look at how much time walking gear she has, well, I catalyzed some of it to be fair, but time warp there, right? That's hero, so that came out of the chest. The bracers there, the weapon, the belt, I think the pants I also catalyzed. The ring, I don't think any of the trinkets, but yeah, we got a whole bunch of champion time walking gear. Yeah, check this out. Boom, 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 boom. And then all the pieces that we mentioned here. So yeah, time walking raids, TLDR, time walking raids are lit as hell for gearing up characters quickly. Fasten delves as well. Because the raids are super trivial. And the bosses fall over. Dang near. You don't even need that good of a group. Anyway, let's take a quick little break. We'll come back and we'll finish off. We'll see if we can. We'll see how much more grinding we need to do to get the second dude to level 80. And then we'll hop into some gold making stuff. All right. Sound good? Everyone on board? If you're watching live and you're enjoying the stream, please consider subbing. Really helps your boy out. I'm trying to replace my broken headset here, so if you want to sub on Twitch, very much appreciated. You can use your Twitch Prime. You don't need to spend any money. If you haven't used your Twitch Prime for the month, please consider using it on me. It really helps your boy out. If you're watching on YouTube, please consider subscribing there as well. And switch on notifications because we're doing a giveaway for the gummy pet on stream on Friday. All right, and if you don't know what that pet looks like, it's right here, right? I animated a little thing so you can see what the pet looks like, and we're going to be doing a giveaway on Friday's stream. What else do I have to say? Anyway, yeah, I mean, that's it for now. So let's take a quick little break, and we'll come back and get back into the swing of things, all right? So see you guys in a few. All right, gang, welcome back. We are back. How's everybody doing? Everyone on Twitch, on YouTube. Drop a message in chat if you're watching live. Let me know what's up. Let me know. Oh, we've got an echo. It's a problem with me trying to make sure that the stream looks good everywhere, as I need to keep remembering to mute whatever device I'm testing things out on. But yeah, welcome back, everyone. If you're watching live, drop a message in chat. Let me know how it's going. Let me know how your vault was. We just got our third character to level 80. Not a huge gold making reason to do that, if we're being honest. I feel like I'm hearing an echo. I'm not sure where it's coming from. Is there an echo on the stream as well? Sorry, give me 1 second. Let me see if I can figure out what's going on. Do I have one of my windows unmuted? Oh yeah, okay. I have Twitch open in another window, which is why it's echoing. Boom. All right, there we go. My bad. Yeah, no, it was just on my end. Luckily, I have my browser muted for the OBS stream, but I can still hear it in the headphones, and so I was hearing myself back with a little bit of delay. Anyway, technical issues aside, I mean, again, come on, fam. If you watch the stream at all, you know that it's not an Adrel show stream unless we have a couple of technical issues along the way. What's up, McValley? Yeah, so I think I replied to you in chat, but yeah, I'm playing on ultra wide. Yeah, it runs buttery smooth, man. The 4070 Super is a beast. Especially the thing I especially like is my entire rig is a mini ITX, so it's a very, very small form factor. Yeah, which makes it a nightmare to build in. I mean, I actually bought a new hard drive so that I can start recording some of these streams and like using them for video content. But it's been a week since the hard drive came in, and I just haven't had the patience to take apart the entire thing and then do all the cable management. Because in a what do you call it? In a mini ITX, man, cable management is an absolute nightmare on the inside of the system. But yeah, I would strongly recommend it. And ultra wide, yeah. The problem is, I actually got the ultra wide just before I started streaming. And actually for streaming, it's probably not the best call for two reasons. One, because it takes up so much space on my desk that I don't really have space for a second monitor. I use my iPad for now. But yeah, for streaming, having a second monitor would be kind of nice. And then the other thing is that I have to add this whole like banner thing at the bottom, to make it fit in like a normal resolution. Could I recommend the ultra wide monitor? Yeah, sure. I actually managed to. It's what is it? It's the 34. It's a 34-inch. Oh God, it's super reasonably priced. Give me 1 second. Oh, thank you so much for the sub and for saying that I'm eloquent. I'm glad I'm keeping it together for these sentences because. Yeah, later on in the stream, once I start to get tired, my words start to fail me. I'm not even gonna pretend. Bipolar Taco, I'm looking for a casual raiding guild, then I'm going to level my Tailor Farmer. Probably gonna use a 60 Guardian Druid I have. Oh, that's a good call, actually. Do you have them like XP locked? Because I guess you could probably use them to run you through what do you call it? Through time walking dungeons. See what I'm saying, McValley? you complimented my eloquence, and so it went out the window. Oh, sorry, never mind. I just realized you probably mean that you're going to level up your 60 Guardian Druid. Which, yeah, I mean, that definitely sounds like a good call. And as a Guardian Druid, you'll have super quick Q times as well as a tank. So it shouldn't take you too long to level him up at all. I mean, especially with the Dark Moon buff and then also having, what do you call it? Time walking up as well. Yeah, super quick. You have a 3 monitor setup for work, 3 32-inch curved monitors. Dude, how do you have those set up? Like side by side? Because depending, 3 32-inch curved monitors, wouldn't that be like 180 degrees? Or I guess not, well... Yeah, if I had 3 of these monitors, I have a 34-inch curved monitor. And if I had 3 of these, it would basically be almost like 180 degrees worth of screens. Which, not gonna lie, sounds kind of lit. But at the same time, like I've tested having super wide screens like that with the Oculus, and yeah, that's got to be rough. I mean, I feel like it's probably better for your neck because you're probably like actually looking around and moving your neck a bunch. Whereas like I'm just looking forward and like maybe to the edges a little bit from time to time. Right, you were saying you just picked the game back up last week. Yeah, I remember you saying on stream as well. Last couple of streams that you joined. You used to have it all in a row. It was 6 feet wide. Now you have it in TIE Fighter setup. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. I feel like that's the move. Bipolar Taco turned into the Exorcist chick. Almost 2 weeks now. Has it only been 2 weeks? I feel like you've been joining the streams for a little bit at least, right? Although it may have just been 2 weeks. I feel like we probably just chatted so much that it feels like longer. But okay, sorry. I was pulling out the 34 inch monitor model number. It's damn it. This company hasn't even put the brand name on the front of the screen here. Let's see. Can I? Give me 1 second. Let me check the back because it's Kiro something. My bad. It's the name of the brand. The brand is called Kurui, and basically it's like a Chinese company that uses the exact same panels as Samsung does. I think they literally make the panels for Samsung and then just decided to like tune them a little bit differently and sell them for a lot cheaper. Let me see if I can pop an Amazon link to you. I don't have an Amazon Associate set up or anything, so don't think I'm sending you an Amazon link to try and grab a commission or anything crazy like that. All right, I can't find it on U.S. Amazon, and I don't think sending you a link from Amazon in the area I live would be of much help. But basically, this is the monitor right here. I could probably show this on stream. I think we should be good. This one, the Kurui 34-inch WQHD gaming monitor, 165 hertz, 1 millisecond. Yeah, it's lit. I would strongly recommend this. Super reasonably priced as well. Exactly, it's the off-brand Odyssey. Well, sort of. I mean, I would call it like the generic Odyssey. You know what I mean? Like where you can get generic versions of medication, where it's the exact same. It's the exact same factory. It's the exact same everything, because it's the exact same panel that Samsung uses in the Odyssey. And I actually think it's got like a cleaner look to it, because the Odyssey has a bunch of other like things around this, and also the Odyssey is like I think 2 or 3 times the price. Whereas this is just a very clean, simple panel, which is exactly what I want in a monitor, right? And yeah, I mean, it's a 2K monitor. It's not 4K or anything crazy like that. But if you're playing WoW, I mean, I feel like 2K is already pretty decent. Yeah. Oh, boom. Yeah, okay, there's the Amazon link. Sorry, just catching up on chat. You looked in ultra wide, but went multi and said, honestly, it's a good call. And that's the thing, right? Like that's what I'm saying. Especially as someone who multi-boxes, I'd probably be better off having 2 monitors instead of having the ultra wide. But I mean, once you go ultra wide, I can't think of anything that rhymes with that. Okay, so yeah, what do you guys think we should do? Should we try to gear up this dude and see how far we can push him, or should we do? You know what? Let's do some auction house stuff. I feel like Friday's stream and a good bit of Monday stream as well. We spent doing delves and like leveling and stuff like that. I feel like it's been a couple days since we did a gold making stream. So that said, obviously I can't commit to something on stream and then just like deliver on it. So we are going to try and see how far we can get this guy by turning in all the quests that we completed. And then we will get back to the gold making stuff. But I suppose we can do that in parallel anyway, right? That's the nice thing of having 2 accounts. Is that while we're waiting on a login screen for one of the accounts, we can run our auctionator scan on the other one. And so also just be chilling. You have 5 windows open all day for work, so it just made sense. Oh yeah, for sure. Especially if you're working and gaming on the same PC. And especially at the same time, then yeah, it's probably handy to have like one monitor for gaming and the other one for work. I mean, with the ultra wide, I'll do this sometimes, right? Very rarely, but sometimes I'll do this. But oftentimes I find that I end up getting more distracted by trying to do things on 2 accounts at the same time. Whereas if I just have one thing full screen, I mean, I also can't have this complicated of an interface if I need things to look neat. But yeah, I feel like I sometimes get a little bit distracted. Not at the same time, sadly, but same PC. Fair enough. It's for the best, to be fair. Look into power tools. Yeah. So I've tried. I haven't gone full power tools. I have tried. There's a setting that allow you to like basically cast keys or like send keys to whichever window you have your mouse cursor over, and that's what a lot of multi-boxers use. So they'll have a setup like this, and then they'll just, they'll hit like, let's say you're in combat, you have 1 and 2 bound to like assist your main character, and then they'll just drag their mouse over whichever window and use that. But honestly, I found it a bit too janky, and also I'm a little bit worried about being fully terms of service compliant. That's why I don't stream. Early on, I used to stream with this kind of view a lot more often, just because I thought it made it a little bit easier to see what I was doing on each of my accounts. But I know there's a lot of people out there who hate WoW multi-boxers, even if you're doing it within the terms of service. They feel that it should be against the terms of service to multi-box at all, and so will report you. And I think there's been a couple of content creators who've gotten banned off of that, and I'm not trying to do all that, because I'm a very good boy when it comes to all this stuff. Oh, for the window management. Yeah. No, that makes sense. There are some like tools that supposedly, like there's one that's open source and that supposedly is approved by GMs, and it allows you to do a bunch of things with multi-box characters that like is completely terms of service compliant. It's open source, so like it's being vetted by a bunch of different people. It's completely freeware and everything like that. But I'm always sketched out, man. I'm like, it's not worth, you know what I mean? I'm not willing to beta test that with, yeah, I don't know. If any of Blizzard's systems pick it up or anything like that, I feel like I definitely have much less of a case to make to what do you call it? To get my account unbanned. You never made enough gold to buy a second account? Honestly, it's not that much, right? It's like what, 200,000 gold a month. The idea of having the second account, this expansion has actually been the least efficient I've been with having 2 accounts, and I'll explain why. The main reason that I would always have a second account, or that I've had a second account going back to like Cataclysm, was because of the fact that essentially this account here that we're on right now would just stand in Orgrimmar at that spot that we just hearthed to, and would just basically be sat at the auction house all day, either canceling or posting auctions, and that was it. I never got the most recent expansion on this account, right? Never did any of that. And yeah, and so that worked really well, because then on this account, on my main account, I could be out questing, I could be running dungeons, I could be doing whatever, or hopping between the different characters, crafting and things like that. And this account didn't have to think about anything other than just cancel scan, post scan, cancel scan, post scan, right? And you'll easily pay that off just by being able to cancel and post, especially if you're limited on game time, right? If you have all the game time in the world, you have enough time to cancel scan, post scan, and do everything on one account. But if you're, if you've, as it sounds like you do, have a day job and stuff like that, then you're kind of restricted in how many hours a day you really get to play the game. And so that's why I would do things like scanning the auction house or cancel scanning and post scanning on this account. This expansion, I decided to get the War Within on my second account. So this is the first time that this second account has had the current expansion. And honestly, I don't know that I can recommend it. I can't also not recommend it in all honesty, because I would be lying if I said it wouldn't make me a little bit more efficient, and that I can, if I'm doing like knowledge point treasures, I can do it on 2 accounts at the same time and sort of save myself a little bit of time there. That was my thinking with it, right? Well, my thinking was twofold. One was that, like, I know I'm going to be doing a bunch of profession stuff, and so if I can do 2 characters at a time, it'll, like, I'm getting more bang for my buck, time-wise. And then my second thought was that it could be interesting for content creation as well, because then if I'm leveling up a tailor, I can show you guys 2 different builds for the same on the same tailor, right? Sort of like we did on Friday's stream, where we looked at 2 different like we did the alchemy treasures and everything on 2 characters at the same time, and then could set up 2 different builds, right? And so we could sort of test things out at a larger scale, was my thinking, right? But then honestly, it's what I found happens instead is that at any given point, I can really only give my attention to one account. Because let's say I'm crafting spell threads on one of the accounts, right? I like to wrap my head around, like to get my head around what the cost price is and what I'm doing on one character. I can really only do one character at a time. And so I don't think it's been a super great idea. I think having a second account is still super lit for auction house posting. I mean, so much so that I've literally considered getting a third account, and having that third account just be the auction house account, and using the second account, using my first and second account to actually craft things on and like do content and stuff on. But honestly, I feel like at a certain point, how many accounts am I going to have? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the solution to having too many accounts isn't adding a third into it. But let's see. We'll see how we're going. But yeah, I definitely think you can probably fairly easily pay off a second account, simply because of the fact that if you're able to, let's say in the same amount of time, like if you're playing, if you've got a limited amount of time that you can play the game, then being able to cancel scan and repost things, especially during peak hours, is going to earn you more than the 200,000 gold a month that it costs. And that's if you use if you use the tokens to pay for it. I tend to think that I value 200,000 gold worth of time more than I value $15 a month. Not for any really great reason. I mean, mainly I like, because I've paid for my subs with just cold hard cash, and that's mainly just because of the fact that Blizzard got me with those stupid promotions, where if you sub for like a year, then you get the like mount and whatever, right? The 12-month subscription offer. They got me with these. Yeah. I mean, you can make it a little bit cheaper for yourself, because what you can do is you can actually convert the tokens into battle.net balance and then use up the battle.net balance for a game time instead. And then you get a little bit of a discount, right? Because I think if you sub for like 6 months, they give you like a 10% discount or something like that. It may not be that crazy, but you can min-max a little bit like that. But honestly, if you want the easiest way to pay for your sub with gold, in all honesty, I don't think retail is your best move. I don't know how markets are now, but classic is the way to go to make gold tokens, or is to buy tokens for game time. It's a lot easier to make. I think the tokens in classic go for like 40,000 gold, depending on your server, which is a lot less than and it's a lot quicker to earn 40,000 gold in classic than it is to earn 200,000 gold in retail in a lot of cases. You're pretty limited, and that is one of my. I'm pretty limited, and I like to do end game stuff too, so even more limited at making gold. Yeah, dude. Then honestly, the second account will more than pay for itself. Because here's what you do, especially if you have, the dual monitors, right? You have one monitor open where you're just canceling and posting auctions, right? And that's the thing that's kind of the most annoying and is kind of dead time, because all you really need to do once you have Trade Skill Master set up is basically stand at the auction house and like roll your scroll wheel. If you macro it to that. And then you can do that while you're raiding or dungeons or whatever endgame stuff you're doing on your main account on the second monitor. Yeah, so that's the move. The treasures are killing me, lol, the random ones. They got me for classic on that one. Wait 1 second. So the treasures are killing you. The treasures honestly aren't that bad. I would say the area that I found the absolute best to do them in is Halifal, especially around this lights blooming area. Right, where the Radiant Keyflame event thing is. It's super easy. Like, I don't think it takes me more than 10 or 15 minutes on any character. Now, there are some characters that, that last knowledge point item that you need takes like 10 minutes to drop, and those are annoying. But by and large, I've had a pretty decent run of just, if you fly around this area, and you can sort of expand it a bit into this area, you can come down here a bit, right around Merildar. It shouldn't take you it shouldn't take you too long. They got you on Classic for that one? Is the Discord for exchange and gold too between Classic and retail? Yeah, so I think technically that is allowed. I think you are technically allowed to trade retail gold for Classic gold. I think that's technically allowed. I mean, Blizzard allows you to do it in a way. You can transfer gold from retail to Classic, because what you do is you buy a token on retail, right? You redeem it for the Battle.net balance, and then you buy a token with the Battle.net balance and redeem it in Classic to get your gold. But obviously that attracts a huge tax. I think it's like 25%, right? And you need to buy more than one token because I think the tokens cost $20, so you technically have to. Yeah, it's not a 1-1 conversion by any stretch of the imagination. And I don't think anyone on the Discord would give you a 1-1 exchange rate between retail and Classic anyway, because retail, it is easier to make more gold in retail. It's just the Classic token is a lot cheaper, which is why it's easier to get the token on through like Cata Classic. It's like 7-1. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. You've been flying around for hours. God damn. Test this area out. I think you should hopefully be okay. I'm guessing you have the weak aura, right? Because I know that'll happen to me sometimes where if I'm not checking my bags close enough, I'll forget that I've actually looted all these. And so I'll keep flying around for a bit longer, looting treasures, and be like, also make sure you click on the item that you're looking for. Because it's the weak aura sometimes for me doesn't refresh until you click on it. And again, I'm not. The only reason I'm saying this is because I've had that exact same thing happen to me. So, so if I could save you some time and some frustration, then I would much rather do that. Okay, let's take a quick little break. We'll come back and we will. Does this guy have any more quests to turn? I guess we have one more at Crossroads Plaza to turn in. Does he have anything else? Completed quests. Okay, I think that quest will get him to level 78, and then we will. What am I trying to say? And then we'll get back to gold making stuff. I think I need to do some weapon stones. I don't think I've done those crafts in a couple days, and we've. We'll figure out some more builds as well. It's been a while since I've set up a character with a new build. On Friday's stream, we did the Alchemapalooza, where we looked at, I think we ended up with like 3 or 4 different builds for alchemy that seemed like they kind of worked. I wasn't super happy with any of them, and I did the same thing that I always do with alchemy, which is we come up with the cool build on stream, right? It looks like it has a good amount of gold on it, but we always do it near the end of stream, and so then I'm kind of tired, and so we tend to wrap up the stream. I forget to actually execute on those builds and craft any of the things. And then it's time to stream again. And I forget about those builds until the next stream, and then we don't end up actually doing them. I'm open to any help. Lol. I've got 65 catch up on enchanting and 86 on blacksmithing. So the catch up knowledge points, by the way, you don't get those from the treasures. Yeah. That may be where you're going wrong. The catch up ones? Oh yeah, you have to get the treasures first. Okay, thank God. Okay. For a second, I got worried that maybe you were hunting for those, because I did that to begin with as well. I thought maybe that's where we would get the catch up ones from, because that's sort of how it worked in some ways in Dragonflight. Where in Dragonflight, basically, once you got all of your knowledge points for the week, the only way you would get more knowledge points is by looting these items called Dragon Shards of knowledge, and they would drop from the treasures. And so basically, there wasn't really a catch-up mechanic in any way, shape, or form. But after you got all of your weekly knowledge points, the only way to get more knowledge points was basically flying around looting that dirt. And there was some crazy dude who, in like the first week of Dragonflight, literally spent. See what I'm saying about the eloquence? In the first couple weeks of Dragonflight, basically spent 16 hours a day doing nothing but farming dirt, and he was able to max out engineering, like every single knowledge point in every single tree, and then made I think he made a couple of gold caps off of doing that, because he was the first one in Dragonflight to have max engineering on everything. But yeah, so that's why I'm always, because of the fact that Blizzard hasn't explained the catch up system in any way, shape, or form. I do have this concern that people may think that, and I have that concern because people on Reddit will say things like that, where they're like, "Oh, after you've gotten all of your weekly knowledge, you just keep like hunting for the treasures, and you'll get items that'll drop 5 knowledge points." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like the confidence." The confidence with which people will type out comments like that and reply to people and be like, "Oh yeah, the catch-up mechanic, yeah, you'd get 5 knowledge points from these random items and you just loot treasures." I'm like, that is terrible advice, because people are going to fly around looting treasures and not getting jack crap for them. Yeah. But I mean, those knowledge points basically come from the patron orders, the catch-up points, and then for enchanting and for the gathering professions, yeah, you just get them from either disenchanting or from, yeah. What was the spot for the treasures? Sure. So it's basically in Hallowfall, this area here, Lights Blooming. This area where you do a light event. Exactly. Yeah, around this area seems to have a lot of treasures and the dirt and stuff like that. But honestly, most of Hallowfall has pretty decent spawn rates. I would say fly around this area. If you're not having too much luck, sometimes this area is also kind of good. This little island thingamabobber. And then, yeah, I would, if you're not finding much of anything there, then I would do a wider, like I'll do 1 or 2 wider passes across like Veneration Grounds and the Merildar area, because there's a good bit of dirt here. But I would say this should be your first port of call, is the Lights Blooming area. But okay, let's take a quick little break, and then we'll come back and do some profession stuff and some gold making stuff, and we'll do the mailbox opening as well. Hopefully we can hit at least 39.5 million gold, and then on Friday 40 million gold. All right, quick little break, and we'll come back. See you guys in a few. All right, and we are back. I'm just realizing that the new location of our is that centered? I don't think that's quite. There we go. I think that's centered. Boom. All right, welcome back, everyone. How's it going? Drop a message in chat if you're watching live. We just got done getting our getting my death knight. It's not our death knight. All right, this is my death knight. But we just finished getting our death knight to level 80, and weirdly enough, getting a vault piece of gear already, which was kind of sick, right? This we managed to pull this out of the vault somehow. Dude, what's weirder is that it's tagged as heroic. I'm very curious to see if the other characters that I get to level 80 also get this free piece of heroic gear. Dude, that's doubly confusing. I thought I got it from time walking. Because this dude did level up by doing some time walking events, but basically I got it in this slot here. Completing a heroic or mythic max level dungeon this week to unlock a great vault. Time walking dungeons count as heroic. Okay, so I think it was a time walking dungeon that got us that slot. But it makes, I don't know, man. That makes no sense. I'm very tempted to see what happens when this guy hits level 80. Although, you know what? I don't think I did any time walking dungeons on this guy. So he probably doesn't have that slot unlocked from last week. But again, there wasn't time walking last week. The last time we had time walking was like 3 weeks ago. And I don't even... Oh, and actually, I think I took both of these guys through a TBC time walking dungeon. I don't know, man. Very, very strange. But apparently, if you've done time walking in the past, you will unlock a Great Vault slot the second you hit level 80, which is kind of lit. So make of that what you will. I guess the takeaway is that any character that you're planning on leveling to 80 in the next like week or two, worth running at least one time walking dungeon, unless that's a bug and Blizzard fixes it. I don't know. Anyway, so we said that we did some leveling stuff. All right, we did some delves, we did some quests. Well, I mean, mainly turning in quests. I don't know if we can say that we did too many quests on stream, but okay. Time to get into the gold making part of the stream, which is why I assume a lot of y'all are here, because all of my descriptions and everything say gold making. Okay, I'm just realizing the gummy pet thing is not working there. All right, let's stick it down here maybe. Sorry folks, give me 1 second. Let me try and figure out how to get this to look somewhat decent. The hell? It does not want to let me move the thing to the plate. Oh, God. Good Lord. Okay, does this look too cluttered? Okay, I don't love how messy this is all looking. Oh, God. All right, you know what? Let's put this there and let's move this back into place where it was. All right. I think it's good enough for now. Right, let's quit while we're ahead. Okay, I lied. I need to do it for the vertical stream real quick. So bear with me, folks. Bear with me. Promise I'll only be another minute or so. And I gotta add GDI text. Apologies, folks. Apologies. Promise I'll just be another minute here. All right. I think that should be legible everywhere. All right. If anything's looking super messy on the stream, let me know, and I shall fix it. Hopefully things aren't looking too cluttered. Anyway, like I said, gold making time. Bipolar Taco, you were asking, can you get it from the dirt piles? Yeah. So the knowledge point treasures, these ones, the dense bladestone and coreway billet for blacksmithing. Yeah, you can get them from either the like actual treasure items, like the Rothi treasure chests, or like each of the zones have different types of treasure chests, right? But you can also get it from dirt, which is very often the quicker way to do it. Oh, boom. Okay. Thank you so much for the advice. I didn't know I could get it from the dirt. Just got one in like 5 minutes. Yeah, perfect. There we go. Sick. Happy to help. That's what I'm here for. Ooh, dude, we just sold lapidary bismuth clamps for 7,500 gold. Is that for real? Boom. Look at that, dude. So this is what I'm saying, right? The green profession equipment is still super goated for gold making. I mean, in the past hour alone, we've sold, not in the past, well, yeah, I guess in the past hour, 11 minutes and 59 minutes, we've sold 10,000 gold worth of these, okay, I guess that's blue leveling gear technically. But either way, I mean, this is on Illidan and this is without cancel scanning, right? This is what I'm saying. This stuff sells, and the crafting costs for these are super cheap. These goggles cost me 600 gold to craft, sold them for 2,500. These bismuth clamps are even crazier in that it cost me 2,000 gold to craft, and we just sold it for 7,500 gold, right? There's very few items that have stupid margins like that. And profession equipment, the green profession equipment, which is super easy to craft, you don't even need to really be spec'd into it to guarantee it at rank 5. You can craft super easy, super cheap. You can probably do it on a character that, like I'm saying, isn't even spec'd for it. And make a good chunk of gold with it, right? There's a reason why I keep ranting about this. But okay, let's check our... I'm trying to think what we should do for gold making stuff first. I feel like we've spent a lot of time on stream crafting enchants. We'll do leatherworking and tailoring stuff on this guy, and in parallel we'll do our blacksmithing and finishing range and stuff on this guy. All right, 2 fun markets. Well, a handful of fun markets, but all good gold making markets, right? And ones that I haven't seen too many people talk about, which is why I think it may be interesting to do on stream. But yeah, so we'll basically we're going to be covering a couple of different tailoring crafts and a couple of different leatherworking and blacksmithing crafts. But if you guys have questions about any of the other professions, I mean, we have all the professions leveled up at this stage. So I'm happy to cover any of those as well. If you are watching live and you have questions about any of the other professions or anything in specific, right? Let's say you have a character that you've already put a build together on and you're not sure what to do with it now, drop it in chat and I will be more than happy to go more specific on any of these points. All right, so on my leather worker, let's quickly go over his build. All right, this guy's original purpose, like his main focus, is crafting armor kits. All right. In doing that, we also were able to craft things like the embellishments at rank 3. So we've been doing some of those. Nicely enough, we've also been able to craft drums fairly profitably. So we've been selling a whole bunch of those. Let's see, about 500,000 gold worth of those. And again, this is with Trade Skill Master, which doesn't fully calculate things entirely correctly, in my opinion. But also, like I was saying, in doing that, he's also able to craft the leatherworking profession equipment, right, at rank 5, despite not having a single point in the actual profession equipment talent tree. And we're still making a 346% profit, right? And he happens to have the blue profession equipment. You don't need it, because let's say we had less skill, you'd just have to use I mean, maybe slightly better materials, but that's still 144% profit margin, right? Even if you were to use rank 3 materials. And again, this is on Illidan, which is the most crowded North American server. So if I'm able to turn a profit on Illidan, you'll definitely be able to turn a profit on any other server, including Illidan, right? Just got a tinderbox from the dirt piles. Lol, I'll take a free 8K. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. I've spent so much gold on tinderboxes. It makes my brain hurt a little bit. Let's see what the number is now, because I stocked up again the other day. 3.2 million gold. And that's just what Tradesco Master picked up. So the actual number is probably even higher than that. But yeah, I still always feel happy whenever I loot a Profane Tinderbox. Dude, 3.2 million gold on Profane Tinderbox is so goddamn much. Ugh. Yo, and they're up to 9K now? How is the price for these still going up? I thought they, dude, Profane Tinderbox prices have been ridiculous. I saw a Reddit post earlier. Profane Tinderbox nerfed. Let's see what this is saying. One second. Let's see here. Been trying to find a confirmed source if the Nightfall Sanctum spam for these is being nerfed. I ran it a couple times and got one in the end chest. Dude. They buffed the drops, but only in higher delves. Oh, did they? I mean, so that's what it seems like the people on Reddit are saying, which I kind of low-key agree with. The Profane Tinderboxes are just too critical for endgame enchanting for Blizzard to be this vague about how you get them. Yeah, we know that you get them from the delves and you can get them from treasure sometimes, but like, I kind of agree with what he's saying, or what they're saying, that they need to give us a bit more insight as to how we can farm them. Because you need them for most, if not all, of the endgame enchants, right? I mean, you need them for the Defender's armor kit, which, as a tank, is I mean, what you're going to need. And even the rank 1s of these are always going to be super pricey, just because the Profane Tinderbox adds so much, it makes up so much of the cost of it, right? And that's, I mean, right now I can craft these at about 7% margin, which is not terrible, because that 7% is 740 gold. Annoyingly, I can't use the finishing agent that gives me more multi-craft on this, which is not great. Not super stoked about that, but it is what it is. And yeah, and you need it for boot enchants. You need it for some of the ring enchants. I mean, there's a lot of items that rely on the Profane Tinderbox to be able to craft it, to be able to get them enchanted and everything to the point that they need to be. Especially if you're an end game raider, like if you're in a competitive guild, it's gonna be crucial, right? But yeah, I mean, it is kind of weird that like over a month into the expansion, we're still all discussing and trying to figure out where the best place to get an item that's so crucial for so many people's gearing. Like, it's weird that we're having to discuss this, right? I feel like at this stage of the expansion, it should be very clear that, like, all right, for endgame enchants, you need to farm this if you don't want to just pay gold for it. I don't know what Blizzard's thinking is with that. Because it doesn't really add anything to the game by making the source of it as opaque, like being as opaque about the source of it as they are being. And yeah, so sorry, we're looking at my Leatherworkers build. And so basically we started off by going into the Flawless Fortes tree, right? Just to get a bunch of skill, resourcefulness, some other things along the way. All right. We then went into, I think we started off by going into Spotless Stitching to get more multi-craft, right? Which is crucial for things like armor kits, because of the fact that you can't even use that finishing reagent, right? So we get a whole bunch of multi-craft from this. Then we started specializing into Beastly Bulwarks and into Arathi armor to get more skill. And then we started coming into, actually no, I think earlier on we unlocked Learn Leatherworker, got it to 5, and then maxed out our, wait, where was it? The multi-craft tree, right? There's a multi-craft tree, am I wrong? I thought this was the node that gives okay, maybe that was the one that gives, oh yeah, this is the multi-craft tree. it gives you skill as you put points into it, but each of the nodes gives you multi-craft, right? And that's basically the crux of the build. Now, I did have extra knowledge points on this dude, and so we maxed out resourcefulness as well. And the rest of his points are probably going to go into this tree, just because we get another 45 resourcefulness at the end of the tree, which will be which is a nice little stat boost. The other thing we could do is go into Nerubian Noose, and the main reason to do that would basically be so that we can start crafting the writhing armor bandings at rank 3. The reason I haven't done it yet, though, is because basically the writhing armor bandings, although it's BIS embellishment for a lot of classes, the rank 3s are only selling for 379 gold. So even if I had 100% profit margin on this, I would still think twice about crafting it, just because it's not going to give me that much of a raw gold return. Hey, Seek's back. What's up? It's been a while, right? I feel like it's been like a week or two since you last joined the stream, or is that or am I mistaken there? What's up? How's it going? Welcome back. We just got our 3rd character to level 80, and it only took us like a month and a half into the expansion to get that done. But we have our warriors hot on that character's heels as well, and so probably we'll get him leveled up at some point as well. At some point, I need to learn how to play my warrior, because him being level 80 is fine and dandy, but I have no idea what I'm doing when I'm playing him. And that may be because I just have him tagging along to activities on my main account. And so I'm actually doing all the combat and stuff on my main account, while he's just sort of following along in a delve, hoovering up experience. But thank you. Oh, and we missed the top of the hour because I need to do the theater event on this dude as well, since he just hit level 80. But yeah, now we're spending some time talking about leatherworking, and we're gonna do some crafting as well, because I think I am out of stock on some of the leatherworking items that I usually sell. But how was your week, Seek? What fun bugs did Blizzard subject you to in the time since you last joined the stream? I'm almost afraid to ask, because I'm almost certain that there will be something. Hopefully not. I'm hoping you were good, bug free. You got all of your resets. They did. The servers were up on time, and I was surprised by that, because I made a bunch of plans for the day, and then, well, for the evening my time, and then I just happened to check the WoW Realm status thing, and I realized that my vacation was cut short. My WoW vacation was cut short. This is them farming goodwill for destroying the servers on October 22nd. Yeah. I think that's going to be a heavily extended maintenance. The patch drops on the 23rd. Yeah, I think it's basically with the 22nd reset is when they're planning on dropping the patch. And they also have the anniversary event starting that day. So I would be very, very, very surprised if the servers actually come up on time. I mean, who knows? I always want to believe that, like, oh, maybe Blizzard has realized that the stuff they're doing is absolutely insane. Like, it's insane how long they keep the servers down for. But let's be honest here, it's Blizzard. They don't give a damn. Do you guys remember what it was, like, what the thing was that they gave us that free game time for? Because I still haven't redeemed mine, and I need to before I forget about it. Right? Is it? I think it's in here. Hopefully, it's still up. That's not good. That's not. Maybe it's just loading. XPac launch servers dead all day. Oh, was it a full day? Okay, yeah, I've got till July 23rd, 2025, which means I'm going to continue dragging with redeeming it and then forget about it. The reason I haven't redeemed it yet is because I found out that actually I can use these for my European account. You don't have to redeem it for the US. And so I was thinking, if we have another day that the servers are down, and if it's a stream day, like if the servers go down on a stream day, I can probably just redeem that and then mess around on the European servers for a bit, because I know that's what, like, Towley and a couple of the other streamers do. And so I'm thinking that maybe that'll be the thing. Server's dead all day. Yeah, so the thing is, if you add up the time in the past month, right, that the server maintenance was extended, it has to have added up to at least 24 hours, right? And they've set the precedent. So I think it's it's a completely fair ask on our part to be like, listen, give us some more game time. Actually, yeah, you're right. It's probably the past 3 months that every week it's been like 3 or 4 hour maintenances. Right, it must have added up to at least 24 hours. They haven't done anything good since pre-patch. How are we feeling about the expansion, by the way, gang? How are we all feeling about it at this stage? Now that we're like a month and a half in, right? I feel like we've all had time to absorb it and stuff like that. I'm personally having a blast. And not just from a gold making perspective. It's less gold. I made less gold than I thought I would. I thought I would make more gold this expansion. But that's also because of the fact that I didn't do any of the concentration builds, I didn't do the Artisan's Acuity shuffle, and I haven't made use of my alt army in any meaningful fashion. I have more professions on more characters this time around than I did in any other expansion. I think that's fair. Yeah, because I have multiple tailors, I have multiple enchanters. Yeah, so that definitely is the case. But I definitely didn't lean into my alt army. I didn't use concentration nearly as much as I thought I would and stuff like that. And I also just haven't been, I was going to say I haven't been playing as D-Gen, but I have been playing a stupid amount. I've just been a lot less focused on things than I thought I would be. And I'm fine with that. I've been having fun, and that's the most important thing. After staying hydrated. Bipolar Taco, by the way, I only saw after the stream that you'd redeemed the hydrate reward for the channel points. So I'll make it up to you today. All right, we'll do more hydration breaks during the stream today. But overall, from a gold making perspective, I think I made less gold than I thought I would. But I think that's more so on my end. I don't think it's because the professions are badly tuned or anything like that. Beyond that, I've had a lot of fun with the endgame stuff. I think the story, like the campaign quest and the leveling up process was fun. I don't know that I could say it was like the best leveling experience I've had in an expansion. I don't know which expansion would, in hindsight, be actually the most fun leveling experience. I don't know. What do you guys think? What did you guys find to be the funnest expansion to like level up for the first time on? I think we should put that little caveat in place there. Because I think this is definitely the best expansion for leveling up alts in, and that's literally just primarily because of, well, two things, I suppose. The first thing is the experience boost that you get for having more alts, right? This guy's level 80, so he doesn't have the buff up. And this one, what is it? The Warband mentoring. I think that in and of itself just makes it a lot easier to level up alts. That, and then also having delves are pretty lit for leveling up alts, right? It's a fun way to do it. And that's what I think it is. I think delves are just an amazing system. I think Blizzard finally got one of these game systems right. I was super skeptical about delves in the beta because I tried one and it just felt kind of meh. But honestly, with how rewarding they are and how challenging they are, I think they're great. I think it's definitely one of Blizzard's best additions to best like feature expansion, and I do actually hope that they keep it around this time around, that they don't just forget about it and sort of, you know, let it fall by the wayside. Yeah. What do you guys think? Are you guys enjoying the delves? Are we kind of meh on them? I'm not the first person to say this by any means, but the campaign is lacking horde. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that. I'll be honest with you. I tried more this expansion than I did any other expansions to vaguely follow the storyline. But yeah, I completely agree with you. I don't remember seeing much horde representation in terms of anything really. We saw a lot of dwarf stuff. I guess it kind of makes sense with the expansion being what it is. But yeah, it would have been cooler to see some more horde stuff going on. Yeah, delves have been super fun. I don't know if time walking raids were always this goated for gearing up. I don't think they were, but I also don't know because I don't think I've ever run this many time walking raids. And now, like right now, I'm still at the stage where I ran the BC time walking raid, and I ran the Wrath time walking raid, and I'm probably gonna run the Wrath time walking raid on my alts as well, just because the loot rewards are so worth it. Champion track gear for a raid that takes like an hour to run is kind of lit. We'll probably get some in season 2. Hopefully, they were following Anduin and Windrunner. Makes sense. What's up, Legendarism? Welcome in. How's it going? Wine time. I mean, it's a 6:45 p.m. where I live, so I could do. I could have done wine if I wanted to. Normal today, 3 p.m. if I'm interested. Again, man, I'd love to, but actually today I genuinely can't. Simply because of the fact that I am going to have to end stream on time today because we have people coming over for dinner. And so, yeah, I don't think I'll be able to join. But also, what eye level is the normal mode? Is normal mode loot? 606 champion. Okay, not too bad. 597 for the earlier bosses, I'm guessing. Ah, okay, and then it scales as you go up, right? To 606, I guess. Yeah, I mean, maybe at some point, like I said, maybe at some point. But yeah, unfortunately today we will have to wrap up stream in another like hour and 15 minutes, just so I can get ready for dinner. Okay, so leatherworking, it looks like reagent wise is not really. I mean, unless we literally do crafting reagents, which I'm always skeptical of. Not because I don't think they sell, right? It's just, I mean, this is literally me not taking my own advice, which is don't just try and look for sexy things that you want to sell. Find things that make a good profit and craft them and sell them. Because honestly, 109,000 gold to make 32,000 gold isn't too bad. And I could jack that number up a bit further as well if I take out some of these lower margin ones, right? That my average margin starts to look better. I just don't know if I can be bothered to sell reagents. It doesn't even look like the prices are super inflated on them. I think these are just the genuine prices. All right, let's get serious here though. We are going to craft leatherworking profession equipment since it doesn't look like there's much in the way of armor kits or drums or any of the other items that we've primarily built this guy out for. All right, we already checked the guild bank. I'm forgetting what we've already done and what we haven't. So now let's go ahead and include gear in this scan, right? And we're only doing our favorites. Now what I should be doing, in all honesty, let's uncheck favorites for a second here, because what we should be doing is also crafting the blue leveling gear and potentially looking at crafted PvP gear. The reason that I'm not doing that as much is because this guy isn't spec'd into armor crafting in the slightest. He's only spec'd into crafting reagents primarily. He's able to craft the rank 5 profession equipment, right? And it looks like there are some items that he's able to guarantee rank 5s on that would be profitable. So something like these chitin or chitin galoshes, as I think it's supposed to be pronounced. We should be crafting these and selling them. I'm lazy. I don't feel like it. It's a lot of inventory management required. You know what I mean? Because there's going to be slots of... there's going to be pieces for every slot. There's mail. There's leather. There's cloth. There's plate. Right? And then there's different stats on them and stuff like that. It's me being lazy. It's me being lazy. What's up, Midro? Welcome back. We got everyone in here today. How's everyone doing? We got Goldson on the stream earlier. We got Midro today. We got Seek making the comeback. We've got Bipolar Taco. All the heavy hitters. All the boys are here. How's it going, Midro? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. We finally got my Death Knight to level 80. Yeah, so I'm happy about that. I need to gear him up. Not for any real reason other than just I feel like it. But we also got lucky, and for some reason, we got these 593 Heroic Veteran 4 out of 8 boots out of his vault, despite the fact that he literally hit level 80 like an hour ago. So I don't know what the hell is going on with that, but hey, Blizzard wants to give me 593 boots for completely free. I'll take them. And now we're doing some leatherworking crafting. We'll do some tailoring crafting, and then yeah, we'll do a little bit of blacksmithing as well. Primarily the weapon stones and stuff like that, and then we'll probably call it a stream there. Hey, Dirty Fools, welcome to the stream. How often do I stream? Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at noon GMT. So basically about 2 hours and about 3 hours before whatever time it is right now in your time zone. And yeah, we mainly look at World of Warcraft gold making stuff. Past couple streams, I've been changing it up a little bit. We did some delves. We spent some time today leveling, just to vary it up, right? And because I got sick of sitting in Dornigal staring at Craft Sim. But yeah, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And then also, as you can see on screen, if we do get a sub this stream, we'll do a bonus stream this week as well. You might complete the world quests before. Wait, what do you mean before? Oh, you mean before I ding level 80? Do those count towards the weird thing isn't that I got a before 80? Oh, really? I didn't know that. Well, I've done some world quests on this dude before. The thing is, it showed up in this slot here, in this first heroic mythic time walking dungeon slot. And what I'm thinking happened is I ran a time walking dungeon on him back when we had Burning Crusade time walking, which was like 3 weeks ago. And so for some reason, I think it was that piece of gear that I was now able to loot, which seems kind of janky. But I'm fairly certain I've done some world quests on this dude in past weeks, and I didn't have any of these slots unlocked. I've done a boatload of delves. Yeah, I mean, I mainly leveled them up through delves, both before reset and after reset. And none of those have counted. So I don't think the delves count while leveling up. I wonder if the world quests, have you like seen that happen to you? That like doing world quests before you hit level 80 still help you unlock the row? Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know. I guess I should start doing at least 1 or 2 world quests on each of those alts, because then they'll start getting some of this gear. What's up, John Vadman? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. I mostly like delves for the tinderbox farming. Yeah, that's a good call. That's a good call. I've spent a stupid amount on tinderboxes, man. We were just looking at it earlier. I've spent 3.2 million gold at least on tinderboxes. And I'm not even sure this estimate is fully accurate, because Trade Skill Master is kind of janky with how it calculates stuff. So yeah, and the tinderboxes are up to 9 grand right now. So yeah, dirt farming, delves, whatever you're doing to farm tinderboxes, it's super lucrative right now. But okay, one second. On leatherworking, I think we said we were going to put the rest of the points in here to get the last of resourcefulness, right? I mean, I do also need to get this guy his leatherworking bag, because that'll give me another 90 resourcefulness, which is pretty sweet, especially for something like this, right? For these armor kits, because of the fact that they have the profane tinderbox in them, resourcefulness is super lit. Because if you proc resourcefulness on the tinderbox, you just save 9 grand, right? I don't think that'll be enough to get me over, like, to make this profitable. I think tinderboxes are still probably a bit too pricey. And this isn't even a situation where concentration is going to help, just because the fact that the cost isn't coming from using better quality hides and chitin. It's just from the profane tinderbox, and concentration is not going to save me on that. But I mean, this is the most possible resourcefulness we could get, right? Short of upgrading this item, I guess upgrading both of these to rank 5 would be how I squeeze out the last little bit of profit off of them. But I don't think that that's going to be the difference between making a profit or not making a profit. What do I want to do with leatherworking? Well, so this guy's completely specced up for armor kits. And so that's how he's been making the bulk of his gold. The thing is, I don't have another leatherworker leveled up yet. I need to do one. We may do that maybe on Friday's stream, in all honesty. Because I've been wanting to put one together, and I think there's some fun builds that we can test out there as well. But there is a part of me that's wondering whether I should just use this guy and put the rest of his knowledge points into epic ensembles, and then just use him as my leatherworking armor crafter as well. The reason that I think I shouldn't do that is because of the fact that the knowledge points are one thing. The main reason that I think it's probably not the right call is because look at how many of these recipes require Artisan's Acuity. And this guy's already used up all of his Artisan's Acuity on the knowledge point books and on everything else. So it's going to take a long while until he's able to buy all these recipes. Whereas if I was to do it on a fresh character, maybe slap enchanting on them so that they can do the little catch up, take advantage of the catch up mechanism for enchanting. They could probably farm a couple thousand, at least 1,000 Artisan's Acuity and buy up most of these recipes, or at least the ones that I want/need. So, sorry, lagged a bit. What's your current build again? So my current build, I'll show you guys here. Basically, we went heavy into the multi-craft build, right? That was I think that was not the first thing I did, but was early on. And then after that, we went into flawless fortes, and then went into the spotless stitching. With that all maxed out, which is about 95 knowledge points, which is pretty easy to catch up. With the catch-up mechanisms in place now, you can get the 95 knowledge points without too much difficulty these days. I was able to start crafting, what do you call it? The cheaper armor kits, right? The dual layered armor kits, these ones. I was able to start crafting these profitably, right? And then I started spending my Artisan's Acuity to buy the armor kit recipes, and we went into Arathi armor and Beastly Bulwarks. And so now this guy's main focus points are basically armor kits, and then also he's able to do things like finishing reagents and thunderous drums profitably. That's partially also because he now has his blue profession equipment. But again, with all of the catch-up mechanisms in place, and actually on Friday's stream, I think we'll do that for Friday's stream. Because I want to see if we start a character from scratch. I know we did it for alchemy, but I want to see for something like leatherworking, a little bit off the beaten track. If we do leatherworking and enchanting, and we use the enchanting catch-up mechanism, how much Artisan's Acuity can we get? Can we get him all of his blue profession equipment, and also maybe buy some of the knowledge point books or something like that? You know what I mean? I want to see how far we can push with in terms of Artisan's Acuity on a fresh character. Yeah, but basically that's his build. The thing is, since I don't have another leatherworker, he's also the only guy who can craft the leatherworking profession equipment for me. And even without having a single point in epic ensembles, which is the talent tree that would give you skill for it, he's able to craft them at rank 5 and do that profitably. So with a green resourcefulness tool, he's able to make decent enough margins. I mean, it's not crazy. Some of the pieces, especially, I think Scrapsmith's gloves. Does this use a nullstone? No, but there's one or two of them that use like a nullstone in it. That you're gonna be more constrained for. Although maybe thinking of blacksmithing. I think there's a blacksmithing recipe for profession equipment that uses the nullstone, and that is the leatherworking green profession equipment. But okay, let's see if we can. let's change this back to only favorites. I can't be bothered to craft the blue leveling gear, which is not to say that it's not profitable. If you're trying to make gold with leatherworking or any of the gear crafting, honestly, all this advice serves super well for all three of the gear crafting classes, right? Or professions: leatherworking, tailoring, and blacksmithing. All of them are great because of the fact that you can just craft so many different items. The profession equipment is by far, I think, the absolute best thing that everyone should be crafting. Beyond that, I would say you should also look at the leveling gear. Because in most cases, you will make yourself a decent chunk of gold. And if you set up level 10 alts on other servers, you can then sell that same gear on other servers and make even more gold, which is, right, who doesn't want that? Screw optimize. Boom, there we go. We want to craft these at rank 5. So what I'm doing is I'm basically just coming in and... oh, damn it. I had optimized reagents. Okay, never mind. We got to do this from scratch. And the undercut war. What, on profession equipment? Wait, why is it not optimizing for rank 5? Can I not craft them at rank 5? Is that what's up? The undercut war? No, so I mean that's what we were just looking at, right? On my other, so this is my banker that just does profession equipment and leveling gear and stuff like that. Despite the fact that we're playing on Illidan, which is the most populated North American server, or at least tied for that slot, we're still able to sell these pieces. I'm not undercut, I'm not cancel scanning or checking for undercuts or anything like that. And we're still getting decent amounts of sales, right? I mean, we sold one of these jewel crafting profession equipments for 7,500 gold. My crafting cost is like 2,000 gold. That's lit. And I mean, in the past, like since Monday's stream, this guy's made about 100,000 gold just doing that. And again, that's what me posting for 12 hours and not doing any cancel scanning or anything like that. And not even having the auctions up all the time. If you were to post these auctions for 24 hours, which you should do, I've just been too lazy to update my Trade Skill Master Group form, and so that's why I haven't been doing it. But if you were to do that, you would get a lot more in sales. Oh, thank you so much for the follow, Little J3. I appreciate that. Really helps me out. And if you are watching live, by the way, and you're enjoying the content, please drop a if you're on YouTube, a subscribe. If you're on Twitch, drop a follow. And if you're really enjoying the content, it would really help me out if you guys would consider subbing on Twitch as well. Not only will we get a bonus stream this week, but it'll help me get closer to fixing my broken headset, which would be really nice. And you don't need to use a paid sub if you don't want to. You can use your Twitch Prime as well. If you're an Amazon Prime member, you get a free Twitch Prime sub per month, and so I would love if you wanna kick that over to me. Hey, Little Jake came from YouTube. Okay, welcome to Twitch. How's it going? How's your day going? How is it? I've been asking everyone, how was your vault yesterday? I feel like this is the first expansion that I actually care about vault stuff, because I'm actually doing content that gives me vault rewards. And I thought it would mainly be just getting the vault slots from doing the world quests, but it's actually been the delve slots that my main's been getting every week, and even one or two of my alts have been doing. Midra, I'm talking you into setting up a bank alt on Illidan. Well, don't do it on Illidan, all right? Look, there's so many other servers out there. Do you have to come and steal my markets? All right, I'm helping you out. There's like hundreds of other servers out there. You can go sell on those instead. No, you're good. If you want to come to Illidan, go for it. It's literally the most populated server, and like I said, I'm not staying on top of this stuff nearly as much as I should be. So yeah, there's like so many players on Illidan that like one more person competing with me is not going to make an ounce of difference. Okay, let's take a quick little break, then we'll come back and finish off our leatherworking crafting. We got to do some tailoring crafting as well. And this guy is set up for profession equipment. Well, it's set up for tailoring equipment, like tailoring gear. So we'll do some crafts there. I want to talk about the PvP gear a little bit and some of the other things that I've been doing with his build. Then we'll hop over to my other character, who's a blacksmith tailor that has a more unique build. Blacksmithing is fairly straightforward. It's a what do you call it? It's a profession and weapons stone build, which is still a little bit less traditional, I think, than a lot of the builds that people think about when it comes to blacksmithing. And that's made me a good amount of gold. But we'll talk a bit more about that, and then we'll talk about what I think is probably my wackiest build, and a build that I did not think would be that great, but has actually already made me over, like, at this point, probably 1.2 million gold at like 300% profit margins, which is a finishing reagent build for tailoring, which I honestly thought was completely a meme. I didn't know what else to do with that guy's tailoring, and it turned out to kind of be super lit for gold making. But okay, let's take a quick little break, and then we'll come back and get back to the gold making. And again, if you guys are enjoying things, sub, like, comment, subscribe, right? Do all the things, please. It really helps your boy out. All right, see you guys in a few. All right, gang, and we are back. How's everybody doing? Welcome back, everyone. What's up? If you're watching live, drop a message in chat. Let me know how it's going. Let me know how the week is treating you. Did you make a bunch of gold over right after reset? I feel like that is the best time of the week to make a bunch of gold. Midro, going good. Happy to hear it. The build that I mentioned last time. Yep, exactly. I think I've shown it on stream a couple of times, but never hurts to show it once more, I suppose, because it is a super cool build and one that I don't think there's too many people out there doing, just because it's a little bit off the beaten track. Leatherworking armor kit is a bit weird. The build spec tree, yeah, it's not super straightforward, because basically you need flawless fortes maxed out, you need spotless stitching maxed out, and then depending on which armor kit you're doing, you need either Arathi armor or Beastly bulwarks. And then you also need to have 5 points into Learn Leatherworker, and then have Industrious Innovations maxed out. So you actually have to go into 2 different trees and go slightly different builds. And I think probably at this point you may also need to have Waste Not maxed out. I mean, I have all of those maxed out, and despite that, there's still not a huge amount of profit in them right now. But that's also because Profane Tinderbox prices are jacked up for this one. And for the Stormbound armor kit, which ideally you would assume would be more popular because this is the DPS version, I'm fairly certain. I think Defender's armor kit, just by the name, you can kind of tell is the tank one. So this is probably the one that DPS are going to use, right? Despite that, and the fact that it doesn't have the Profane armor kit, it uses the Gloom Fathom hide, but again, those are super cheap, so that's not where the bulk of your cost is coming from. Despite that, it's still, the rank 3s are losing me gold. So yeah, it's kind of weird in that way. I don't know. People are just buying things when prices are cheap, like maybe when mats are cheap, they're stocking up, and we may have reached that stage of the market where you need to be very careful. Like you need to start actually following market trends and, buying mats when they're cheap and then selling them. And then selling the crafted items only on certain days when it's profitable. And that's the stage that comes with every expansion at a certain point, right? Every market and every expansion, you reach that point at some stage. I can never be bothered to do that, right? I'm very much, I log on. If it's profitable now, I craft it and I sell it. Or otherwise, I can't be bothered. Like, I'm not going to sit there and pour over charts and things like that, right? If I was going to do all that, then I may as well do it for real life cash. You know what I mean? And I don't do that for my real life investments. So trying to time the market. I mean, if I'm going to put that much thought into it, then I'd rather do it for something more valuable than gold. Yeah, is my thought. Alchemy is that way. Yeah, alchemy is almost always the first market to end up that way, right? Where you need to either have a farmer who's going to sell you mats super cheap, or you need to, be buying on, like, I think basically you have to buy herbs on the weekend when everyone's farming and posting them up super cheap, and then do all of your crafting for the week. And I just can't be bothered to do that level of planning, which is, again, not to say that you guys shouldn't, and it's a great way to make gold if you have the patience for it. But even with all my spreadsheets and all that, I can't be bothered to min-max at that degree, which is why I don't tend to do a lot with alchemy. We did the 4 alchemy builds on the on Friday's stream, right? Last Friday's stream. But yeah, I still have yet to execute any of them. And beyond like the rare concentration craft here and there, I haven't really made too much gold with alchemy so far. I mean, I think I made a little bit of gold crafting the rank 2 potions, or in some cases even the rank 1 potions super cheap. And that's sort of the most I expect to do with alchemy. I'm not willing to do any of the... I mean... It probably bears mentioning, but I think with alchemy, because of how difficult alchemy is this expansion, right? You have recipe difficulties that are like 755, which is the highest of any profession. I want to say ever, because I don't think even in Dragonflight any of the recipes had recipe difficulties that high, which basically means you need to have every single knowledge point. As a result, a lot of the people who exploited, because there was an exploit that it would allow you to get a lot more knowledge points in Artisan's Acuity. I think a lot of those people went into alchemy because of the fact that the advantage was so much greater in alchemy than with any other profession, just because the gap was so much larger between, you were able to make so much larger of a gap between yourself and people who hadn't exploited. Hold up, wait. I see our chat is overlapping our gummy pet thing here. I try not to edit stream things on while we're live, but it's niggling at me. Okay, I think that should do it. Boom. Okay. Sorry, I think I missed a couple messages in chat. Bipolar Taco, for the enchanting catch-up, do I need to do something special to get the Shimmering Dust? I mean, nothing special as such. What you need to do is basically you do the weekly quest, you do the treasures from the knowledge point treasures. What else do you need to do? You need to get the 6 in items that you get from disenchanting things, and I think that at that point you can start unlocking the catch-up Shimmering Dust enchants. Actually did that off stream the other day. Once you've done all of those, then you can just disenchant items and you'll get the Shimmering Dust. The drop rate seems to be pretty decent on them. I tested it out with green items. They don't drop as often. With blue items, I would say probably every other disenchant you'll get one of those Shimmering Dust items. I was able to farm up like 20 of them on that alt in like no time. And with epic items, you're guaranteed. So if you've picked up enchanting just for the catch-up knowledge points and artisan security more so, then I would go disenchanting spec, just so you can hopefully make a little bit of profit while disenchanting that many items. And then you can disenchant the Dark Moon decks are the cheapest, because those are guaranteed to give you a Shimmering Dust, is what it seems. Or just craft your own bracers with a tailor. It's pretty cheap, and that can also be profitable. And you'll get one of the Shimmering Dust like every other enchant, I think is what I was averaging. And it's pretty quick and painless. We're going to do that on Friday stream. On Friday stream, I've decided we're going to do that. We're going to level up a leatherworker, because leatherworking, I have a couple more interesting things that I want to try out than with alchemy. With alchemy, we did that on Friday stream, but honestly, I'm just not super excited about alchemy. So while I did put together 4 different builds that you could do that weren't concentration builds, right? I would recommend using those builds if you want to do something with alchemy. I didn't execute them myself just because of the fact that honestly, I'm just not enjoying alchemy. I've never really made a huge amount of gold with it. I'm trying to think going back as well. I mean, I think maybe with transmutes at some point, right? Dracothis during Dragonflight was a nice little gold maker, but again, you're limited by the amounts of cooldowns you have, and so there's sort of a ceiling on how much profit you can make with it. Same thing with thaumaturgy, right? That's the other reason I haven't really gotten super into thaumaturgy, because however much time I pour into it, outside of just having multiple alts with alchemy, which is a viable strategy, right? Goldson in chat does that. I just don't like the idea that I'm capped on how much profit I can get out of it. Whereas with any of these other characters, the builds that I've been doing allow me to, once I've got everything set up, I can just not print gold, but close to print gold. You know what I mean? For this, right? I got this guy to the point that he can bulk craft these, and so now I can just, if I want to make more gold, I can just craft 200 of these, as opposed to having to set up another alt and min max everything on that tune as well, or log over. And that's also why I haven't done any of the concentration builds. I mean, I show this a lot on stream, but you'll see almost at all times, more or less my entire account is capped on concentration. And again, that's not me saying it's a good thing. It's just I don't enjoy logging between different characters to make a little bit of gold here, there, and everywhere. I'd rather just spend half an hour on one character. I'm being ambitious because, let's be honest, if you watch my stream, I'm not getting anything done in half an hour. I get way too distracted for that. And only partially by chat. Welcome in, by the way. Say we have a bunch more people joining us on Twitch. What's up? How's it going? Welcome in. Welcome in. If you guys have any questions about anything, any professions, how we're making gold, drop them in chat, and I'm more than happy to answer them. We'll do a mailbox opening in a second here, because we only have about 40 minutes of the stream left. Because unfortunately today I do need to end the stream on time because of real life commitments. All right, let me catch up here. Rank 3s are not profit at all. Same for alchemy at the moment. Yep. You would have sale for the moment, or else you would lose gold. Yeah. The era of your own gatherer is long gone. Of hiring a gatherer. I mean, I tried that back in like Cataclysm, right? And yeah, I don't know. I haven't tried to hire a gatherer since then. Just also because the regional-wide auction house makes it so easy to just pick up stupid amounts of mats at whatever price. Yeah, same for Dragonflight, exactly the same thing, same kind of exploit. Well, not really. Not really. The Dragonflight, well, Dragonflight, I'm sure there was an exploit. I'm not sure what it was. But the exploit that I'm talking about has to do with the patron order system. And so I don't think that really existed as such. You could dirt farm like crazy. And that I don't know if I fully consider an exploit, because basically there was just no limit to how many knowledge points you could get if you were willing to fly around farming dirt for I mean, more or less your entire life, right? Like that guy who first, the guy who first like made news out of it was because he spent 16 hours a day for the first like month of Dragonflight just farming dirt. And he got every single knowledge point and maxed out the tree. He did it for engineering specifically, which I thought was crazy, but that wasn't the kind of thing that A, that a lot of people were going to do, and B, I don't think it was technically an exploit because of the fact that that was the system was supposed to work. So impressive. I don't know if that's the word I would use, man. Spending 16 hours a day farming dirt and farming virtual dirt. Impressive. I mean, I don't know, man. I can't get myself to say it. It's just so degen. It's so degen. I mean, he made a couple of gold caps off of it, which is cool, I guess. But I feel like I don't know how he didn't burn out, and I would be very surprised if he didn't burn out at some point, right? I have to give him credit for. Yeah, you do have to give him credit for it. I mean, credit where credit is due. Yeah, it's impressive in the context of the game. But I do kind of worry that, like, all right, if you're spending 16 hours a day farming dirt, like, you clearly have the determination to, like, really put your mind to something. I wonder what he could have done with that time instead. You know what I mean? With that much focus time. You were doing greens, making blacksmithing toolboxes and disenchanting them. That could work, but honestly, I would say do the blues. Yeah, because basically you can. The reason I was doing the blues is two things. First of all, I can craft these blues on my tailor. Now this guy is lightly spec'd into equipment, but that won't really make too much of a difference. And he does have a little bit more resourcefulness, but again, that's not going to be the main difference between it being profitable and not. Where is it? Our Pioneer's cloth cuffs right here, right? Dude. Oh my God, the margins got even better on these. Bro, I can craft these for 91 gold. They'll disenchant into between 1 and 3 gleaming shards on my enchanter that's spec'd for disenchanting. Dude, this is going to be a stupid amount of profit. Because even if he just gets one blue quality 1 gleaming shard, that's worth 92 gold. Bipolar taco, I can craft them at a cost of about 225 gold each. No, dude, that's not. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing that. I would recommend setting up a tailor, and this guy has. I mean, admittedly, he has some points in resourcefulness, but and he has a resourcefulness tool, but that's not going to make too much of a difference, right? At most, you'll craft these at like 100 gold, because it doesn't matter what quality you're crafting these at either. So your only costs are literally however cheap you can get the Weaver Cloth bolts. And right now the Weaver Cloth bolts are going for, I think this is cached wrong, because it's showing me 45 gold, which is not correct. But yeah, these you will be able to churn out for like 160 gold. Plus they will, you're going to get way more of the enchanted catch-up items from disenchanting the blues. Plus you'll get, not only will you get these shards, and I think I was averaging between 1 and 3 of them. And because of the fact that I'm fully spec'd into gleaming, into disenchanting blues, I was also getting a decent amount of the rank 3s and the rank 2s. That aside, you can also shatter these shards into 3 dust each. And again, it scales with, if you use rank 3 shards, then you have a chance at rank 3 dust. Yeah, it's basically capped at whatever quality shard you use is the maximum quality of dust that you can get. So if you use rank 3 shards, you can get rank 3 dust. If you use rank 2, you'll either get rank 1 or rank 2 gleaming dust, and yeah, so on. How many dust do you get per disenchant? Well, so for the bracers, I think I was getting between 1 and 3. I may be off in my numbers there, though. No idea how transmute gives profit at the moment. Is transmute profit at all? Honestly, man, I spent a bunch of time on the beta as well trying to wrap my head around the profit margins for thaumaturgy, and it's just such a complicated system. There's so many like complicated words in. It's just so convoluted that I couldn't wrap my head around it, and I was like, even if there is a boatload of gold in this, I just can't be bothered to figure this out and do all the calculations, because I also don't think CraftSim can help you too much with all of that. I'm sure there's a way that it can, and I just haven't figured it out yet, but yeah. The wands which are blue, you can craft them at 225 gold each. Well, can you disenchant the wands? I'm guessing you could, but I think just structurally you may have a bit of an issue, because if you're using dust, basically what you're producing is one of the inputs. It's kind of a cycle, right? And so unless dust is cheaper than, because I think you use dust to craft the wands, which you're then disenchanting into shards, which you can then shatter into dust. So unless that whole cycle is profitable, I think you'd be losing gold. And if I'm able to craft these blues at 91 gold, or realistically like 180 gold, if Auctionator was cashing the correct price, you know what? Let's check here real quick. Let's try and refresh this. Is it gonna let me do it while it's doing the auction house scan? It may or may not. All I need is Weaver cloth bolts. Just needed to update the price for Weaver cloth bolts. Yeah, there we go. 74 gold. Yeah, so I'm crafting these at 149 gold, and we'll get the same end result. Like this will disenchant into the same thing. So you would be 75 gold less competitive, which probably means that it's not going to be a good call. You're going to do a Tailor next. Dude, Tailors, I'm telling you, are the by a long shot, the best profession this expansion. And it's hands down. Like I don't even know who I would put in second, to be honest. That's how goated tailoring is. Like if you had 2 characters and you were asking me professions to put on them, honestly, on one character, if you could put tailoring twice on one character, I would recommend just doing that. That's how goated tailoring is. Because there's just so many builds that you can do with it. I mean, this is my favorite build, and this I think is a build that everyone should have to begin with, which is basically put 5 points into Threads of Devotion, unlock Weathering Wear. You don't even need to put points into this, and then max out hats, and then work your way back till the point that you can then go into robes. And that in and of itself, there you've already got the GOAT build. Now, if you want to build on top of that, you can go into putting points into resourcefulness here, because that will make you a little bit more gold out of that. And then, honestly, that's great in and of itself. Now, if you want to get more ambitious, you can do what I did and start putting points into cloaks, just because I already had all the other points. And so it was just 20 points into cloaks, and these remaining 22 points I'm going to put into boots, because I will snap up crafting orders if and when I get the chance, right? Which reminds me, I've not been doing that all stream, despite the fact that I've been firmly on my tailor this entire time. But yeah, this build is great because not only do you do the tailored profession equipment, but you can also do the tailored leveling gear, right? This one, the hat and the robes. And then also you can do the crafted PvP gear, which is also super profitable. And again, all of these items you can sell cross region. So whatever server you're on, you can make gold with this. Because if it's not profitable to sell it on your server, or if it's not moving enough volume on your server, all you got to do is create a level 10 alt on any other server, and then you can sell on that server using the Warbank to transfer items over. Ah, damn it, dude. I hate that we've already reached the point of the expansion where people no longer ask you how much they need to how much of a commission you're expecting for crafting orders. They just send you whatever they have. And honestly, a week ago, I was getting nice fat 15K commissions, right, on my crafting orders. Now I'm at the stage where I'm almost scared to tell them that I want 10 or 15K as a commission, because there's a good chance that there's some other tailor out there who's willing to just do it for free and just rely on their resourcefulness proc, which kind of sucks. But hey, I made like $1 million gold in with crafting orders in the past week alone, or in the past 2 weeks alone. So I'm not too dude. God damn it, man! I can't do this. I can't do this. I would have done it for the guy if he had given me good enough mats to guarantee this at rank 5, but I can't guarantee this at rank 5 for 4. I mean, he tried to meme it up by going 420.69. Anyways, let's whisper him back in if he wants. If he wants to pay me, literally just for the finishing reagent, because I will have to slap a finishing reagent on this. He's giving me such crappy mat. Well, he's not even giving me. Actually, the point is, it's not that he's giving me crappy mats. It's the fact that I don't have the remaining 2 bits of blue gear. I need the 2 more pieces of blue profession equipment, and then I'll be able to guarantee these with rank 3 materials. He did give me rank 3 materials, to be fair. How is the PvP green sale rate for you? Honestly, I've not been tracking it super actively. I should have been doing a better job of it, because the margins are sometimes a little bit better than they are with some of the other things that I'm selling, right? Obviously, because I said that on stream, now the profit margin on the tunic has to be freaking negative, because that's just how stream works, right? Anytime I say anything on stream, the opposite has to occur. But I mean, as you can see on the hood, the profit margins are pretty decent, and they have been selling. Oh, dude, of course it's jacked up. I committed to something on stream, but you can see here, region market value average is 4,500 gold. It's just on Illidan, it's shot to hell because it's Illidan. But if I was to sell this cross realm, yeah, we'd make a lot more gold on it. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's check on. This is the account that I do all of my selling on. And let's see here. Algari competitors. So about 130,000 gold in the past month. Not super crazy, but that's also because of the fact that I haven't been crafting this nearly as much as I should. I haven't been focusing on these items, and so I haven't crafted too many, and as a result, I haven't sold too many of them. But we sold about 140,000 gold worth of them, which is pretty decent. And do we have an average price? I mean, we've sold the rifles for as much as like 20,000, 10, 20,000 gold, right? The rifle sells for a pretty penny, which is kind of sick. That it makes sense, right? If you're a PvP hunter, why would you not buy one of these? I mean, you get a 606 weapon right out. 613 weapon right out the jump. And if you're a PvPer, you will just continue upgrading this item, right? I don't know. If anyone who actually PvPs, let me know in chat if I've gotten that completely wrong. Welcome to the stream. I see we have a bunch more people joining us on Twitch. What's up? If you're enjoying the content, please consider subbing or just dropping a follow as well. Heck, use a Twitch Prime if if you haven't used your Twitch Prime for the month. I would love to have it, and it'll help me replace this broken headset. But again, only if you think I've earned it, to be fair. And also, for everyone who's joining us on YouTube and on Twitch, Friday stream, we're going to be giving away the Gummy Pet. If you guys aren't familiar with it, it's basically a promotion that Blizzard's doing with a candy company that's only available in the States as of right now. And I don't it doesn't seem like they're planning on doing it anywhere else. But I managed to snag a couple of codes, and so we'll be doing a giveaway. So if you play on EU or you don't live in the US for whatever reason, then that's a great way to grab the pet. And actually, the codes I have, I didn't add it into the banner, but the codes I have, you can choose whether you want to get the pet or if you want to redeem it for a tabard that's only available through this promotion. So if you're into transmog, don't care so much about pets, that may be of interest to you. Actually, Seek, be honest, would you go pet or would you go tabard? Or would you try and win it twice so you can get one of each? All right, let me catch up on chat for a second. Sorry, I've been ranting a bunch. I missed your message on would be good if we still had golds in here. Yeah, for transmutation, that's your guy. He was in the chat a bit earlier. He was saying that he's still not making much profit though, even with all of his alts, which is kind of rough to be honest, because dude's got like 100 alts or like 98 alts or something like that, and he's running alchemy, and he's doing patron orders, and he's doing everything all over it, like on all of them. And despite that, he's still not making much gold with thaumaturgy, is what he was saying. But honestly, that's been the case for a couple of weeks now, and he's mainly been holding out for the next patch. He's hoping that patch 11.1 introduces some new transmutations like the Dracothis, and that then he'll be all primed up to capitalize on that. But yeah, I don't think thaumaturgy has a boatload of profit in it right now. I think early on, when Storm Dust was stupidly expensive, you could make a good bit of gold by transmuting things into Storm Dust. But I don't think that's anything. I don't think that's much more anymore. You have a level 70 boost and a level 60 boost. Ooh, good stuff. I have a level 70 boost on one of my accounts. I need to use it at some point. I've been really surprised by the commissions. Everyone has just said whatever is fine. Yeah, we've reached that stage, man. It happened in Dragonflight after a while as well. But I remember in Dragonflight for at least the first couple of weeks, right? You could actually negotiate over commissions, and people actually valued that it took some time and energy to get a crafter to that point. This guy's saying he's just going to trade me the gold. What was I saying? OG Dogbone. I don't know why I said that so weird. What's up? Welcome to the stream. Is this your first time joining us? I feel like I haven't seen your name before. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Why am I automatically rejecting trade with this dude? It's probably one of my add-ons that's messing something up. Crafting the one system in WoW that has me lost. I have inscription maxed with blue tools, but doesn't seem like things I can make are worth making. How does one get into profitable crafting? Okay, so yeah, a lot to cover there. First of all, if you're struggling with like understanding the stats and things like that, I do actually have a video that I'm going to be putting out. We covered it on a previous stream. And I can probably link you to that. It is somewhere in the chat. Oh, thank you so much for the follow, Moju61. I'm guessing you're the customer who just placed the order in game. All right. So, by the way, it wasn't me just being annoying, asking for a higher commission. I literally need to use one of these finishing reagents, which is why I need the slightly larger commission. But thank you for that. And thank you so much for the follow. Very much appreciate that. What's up, Clown Shoes Gaming? Welcome in. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. But okay, so help me understand so I can help you. Are you familiar with like is it the stats that are tripping you up, or is it more so specifically like you're comfortable with the stats and it's more so just you're looking for a build? Because for Inscription, I have 3 different scribes, all of which are making me gold in different ways. And all 3 of those builds I kind of love. Just because of how much gold they're making me. So, Mo261, yeah, I would say honestly it depends on what build you're going for though. Because if you're doing, yeah, it really depends on the build. Because for things like missives and for contracts and even for Vantis runes for that matter, honestly, there's not too much profit in the rank 3s. Instead, what you need to try and do is craft the rank 2s as cheaply as possible. And for those, it's nicer to have the higher tier tools, but I don't quite think it'll make the difference between you making a profit and not making a profit. We need to do mailbox openings, and I needed to do my leatherwork and crafting. Should we, you know what? All right, let's do this. Let me hop over to one of my scribes instead. I think that'll be more useful. So we'll look at the scribe. I'll show you some of the builds and some of the potential builds that you could go down. I'll even give you a spoiler on one of the other builds that I'm considering doing that we may do on Friday's stream. But I'll give you a heads up on it. If you want to test it out before me and beat me to the punch, go for it. I'd much rather you make gold and then come back to the stream, pretty please, and then consider dropping a sub than me actually executing that build and make more gold. I'm about to hit 40 million gold, so another million in gold isn't going to change my life. A sub may. A Twitch sub may. Lord knows if I get enough to get a new headset and not have to deal with this broken janky thing, that will change my life for the better. More than a million gold will. Your tools are rank 5 blue. Oh, then for sure there's going to be something that you can do for goldmaking. I forgot that this guy has that I did actually get this guy blue profession equipment. But honestly, at this stage of the expansion, I feel like it's not that hard to get the blue profession equipment. Artisan's Acuity isn't that hard to come by. And with the catch-up mechanisms in place and stuff like that, I feel like it even on a fresh character. I mean, we'll do that from scratch on Friday, right? What we're going to do is we're gonna set up a leather worker, at least one. We may do 2. We'll see how we're going and how many builds we're able to put together. But if you have blue profession tools, then there'll definitely be something of the other that you can do for gold making. So help me, Dogbone. What kind of build are you going for? If you don't have enchanting, you can use it to shuffle and get huge acuity and swap back. Yeah, the enchanting catch-up mechanism is insane. Enchanting in general was a great second profession to have, right? If you wanted to focus on just one profession, the best second profession to have was always going to be enchanting. Not only because of the fact that it was relatively easy to level up, because you could level up while disenchanting. If you play your cards right, you may even be able to make a little bit of gold while leveling up enchanting. But then the crafting orders were super cheap to do. The weekly knowledge points, it has more than any other profession and is super easy to get done. And you can do it all sitting in Dornigal without too much effort. And third of all, you could even make a little bit of gold on that character just by using concentration to guarantee rank 3 enchants. Because of the fact that a lot of the enchants a lot of the profit was there was a big difference between rank 1 materials and rank 3 materials in terms of pricing. And so you could make a lot of gold with concentration as well. And then the fact that the catch-up mechanism now also relies on disenchanting instead of on the patron order system makes it even more broken. I think Haycheck did a video where you could basically get something like 1,000 gold, 1,000 artisans acuity just through the catch-up mechanism. But we're going to test that out on stream on Friday. So if you are interested, drop a follow, drop a sub if you're watching on YouTube, or if you're watching on Twitch, consider dropping a sub or a Prime sub as well. And then you'll be notified for Friday's stream, where we'll not only go through the entire enchanting catch-up process, we'll do a leatherworking build from scratch, and we will also be having the gummy giveaway. All right, that's 3 whole things. You guys should join Friday's stream is my main point. All right, I'll try and exit promo mode. Because I swear I don't usually do as much of that. But I keep telling myself, like, oh, I should probably mention these things. Because I feel like usually I forget to. So apologies for that. It's usually not this pluggy. Am I caught up on chat? No, I'm not. All right, let's see here. Your tools are rank 5 blue. If you don't have a chance, you use it to shuffle. Yep, I have my knowledge into cipher and milling. And then the node that adds multicraft and pursuit of knowledge and pursuit of perfection. Okay. Good stuff. I had to get a friend in Cali to get me the pet. Oh, a friend in Cali. Okay, fair enough. How do I get access to it? Well, yeah, but I have family and friends who live in the States who are sweet enough to. The funny part is that when I asked them to pick up like 10 packs of sour candy, they didn't even blink because I eat stupid amounts of sour candy. I mean, we were eating sour candy on stream earlier today. It's not great sour candy, but hey, your boy's trying to make do with what he can get here. So they didn't even blink when I asked them to pick up 10 bags of sour candy. And I was like, do you not want to know why? And they were like, no, we know you eat stupid amounts of sour candy. And I was like, all right, but it's not for me. And so, yeah, so I managed to get a couple of those codes, and I thought it would be fun to give them away because I know that, especially for EU players, it can be a little bit rough to try and snag those codes. I'm good. All right. Thank you, Midro. But okay, sorry. To answer your question, Dogbone, you're saying you're into ciphers and milling, and then the node that adds multicraft and pursuit of knowledge and pursuit of perfection. All right, so you've gotten the most important nodes for inscription maxed out, right? These three are by far the most important, I feel like. And once you've got that, I mean, I'm surprised to hear that ciphers and milling aren't profitable. Do you have pursuit of perfection maxed out as well? I'm guessing you would, right? Dogbone, I'm guessing you have this tree maxed out already. Either way, that's not entirely where I'm going to recommend going. Do you have a lot of knowledge points left, or are you maxed out and like you've used all the catch up as well? Because I would say once you've gotten this tree maxed out, the rest of your points, Pursuit of Perfection was a very strong build early on, I feel like. But I say this all the time, the second you see something hit YouTube is when I assume that most of the profit has already left the market for it, because everyone and their mother watches the YouTube video and then copies that exact same build. And so as a result, it sort of becomes a very quick race to zero. The good news is that, if you wait a couple of weeks, that build will come back, because everyone who follows YouTube video guides, and I'm not saying this, I'm planning on releasing some YouTube guides myself, and I'm hoping people will watch those. So please do. I'm not trying to give people, I'm not trying to throw shade here. It's just the nature of the beast that like thousands of people will watch any given YouTube video and copy that exact same build. And so immediately after the YouTube video gets posted, for like 2 or 3 weeks after that build is going to be kind of trash, and then it'll come back in profitability. So first of all, I would say ride that wave. It will come back to profitability at some point. Solheim says that every time. Oh, does he? Okay. I'll be honest, I haven't watched too many of his recent videos. Mainly after he like put out videos showing how to exploit, which I don't know, just struck me as kind of odd. But hey, it is what it is. But yeah, so coming back to Dogbone's question, I would say look into this tree. Look into these trees. And there's a couple of different ways that you can go with this. Now, this tune went missives, all right? And missives have been profitable for me. I've made a good bit of gold with missives. Not even on the rank 3s, I would say. Oh, God, my interface is bugged. Are we going to have to reload interface again? Oh, it can't be in a Drell show unless we have interface issues. All right, let me see. Was it something else? Let's try it once more. Otherwise, we got to. All right. Sorry, folks. It's just the Adrel show, all right? Blizzard refuses to let me have a stream where my interface just works. But yeah, so I've made a bunch of gold with the missives. If you've got all of your blue profession equipment and you've got, I'm guessing you have a multi-craft tool as well. So you're perfectly suited to transition into something like this. I would look at missives. If you have artisan security to spare, then actually that's probably the little asterisk around missives, is the missive market works if you have a lot of artisan security. The reason being is that the missives for armor isn't super profitable. And I chalk that up to the fact that everyone and their mother just gets the recipe for that right off of the trainer. And so as a result, there's a lot of people crafting these to level up, or, the barriers to entry are a lot lower. If you have artisan security, or you can start gathering it casually, then the missives for the profession tools have a lot better margins, just because there's a bit more of a barrier to entry on them, right? And so that works pretty well. Not all of them are going to be profitable at rank 2. The reason I'm saying rank 2s will probably work better for you is because to guarantee them at rank 3, you will need to have, 90 points, right? And you will need to max out all these trees, which may not be entirely possible. Because if you've dumped as many points as you like, if you've already spent that many points, you've spent those 90 points, but you've just spent them in these 3 trees. And so you've probably got your knowledge point books, and you're probably limited on how many more knowledge points you can get. At which stage I would say you're probably not going to guarantee rank 3s on any of these, but you can very easily craft the rank 2s and be very competitive on those. So what I would say is the profit. So Midro, you're saying the profit margins on rank 3 are thin as well. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And also, like I'm saying, he's not going to be in a position to craft them at rank 3 because where is he going to get 90 more knowledge points from? Unless he starts over on a fresh character. If he's willing to do that, then potentially. But I think the question was more, how does he salvage the current build he has? All right, we've got 10 minutes left of stream, and we still have to do the mailbox openings. Let me hit my air conditioner real quick, and then we'll... All right, that's the air conditioner back on. All right, let's speed run this, shall we? That always goes well on this stream. Sorry, bad time to decide to chew a whole bunch of sour candy at once. Because this is one of those hard sour candies as well. So it's like very chew intensive. Obviously, you guys should have sensed that this was coming because I said I was going to speed run something. Which means I'm going to find every way possible to make it take as long as humanly possible. But we can't do that today. Because I do need to wrap up the stream shortly here. What's up? What's up, everyone on Twitch? I see we have a bunch more people joining the stream. Welcome in. Drop a message in chat. Let me know how it's going. And drop a follow or a sub so that you get notified when we go live for the giveaway on Friday. Okay. Coming back to you, Dogbone. Midro, you were saying that the margins are slim on the rank 3s. Yeah, that's exactly my point. My point is that he's not going to be able to guarantee these at rank 3 because he probably just doesn't have enough knowledge points. And he's not going to be able to get enough knowledge points. Like getting 90 knowledge points, if he's already invested so much, is going to take weeks, right? Whatever he does, however lucky he gets with his patron orders, he's probably not going to be able to do that in any reasonable time frame. So I think rank 3 crafts, if anything, are going to be out of reach for him. And in general, you can see the profit margins on the rank 3 missives as well. I mean, this is one of the rare exceptions. It's barely 10%. And then if I throw some finishing reagents on it, I may be able to get it to like 11%, right? But not anything significant, and probably doesn't fully answer your question. Instead, if you can get into crafting these at rank 2 profitably, I mean, this is a great example, right? This missive of multicraft, and this one is also my best seller, I'm fairly certain. The rank 2 sells really well, all right? And again, you don't need to have nearly as many skill and knowledge points invested into this as I do, because you can craft these at rank 2 with rank 1 materials pretty early on, and you have all of the stats, right? You have multicraft, you have resourcefulness, and you have those trees maxed out as well. You will be able to compete on these. And so this item in specific, I think, would be a great fit for your build, for what you have. I would say put points into. Well, I mean, actually, you don't even need to put points into any of these, because all these are just going to give you more skill. If you're able to craft these with rank 1 materials already, then you don't need the skill. If not, I would start as far. I mean, this is my general advice. Is start with the most specialist node and work your way backwards as much as possible, because usually these end nodes will give you the most bang for your buck. I don't think that's the case with missives, because I think all 3 of these, well, never mind. For missives, it is the case because this node here gives you 10 skill. These other nodes are all just going to give you 5, like each 5 points you put in, you get 10 skill from. Both of these are the exact same in that way. So between these two, it doesn't really matter too much. But for this one, I would definitely go this one first. Max this out as much as possible, because these later ones give you more skill. So each 5 points that you put in actually give you 15 skill, which will make it a lot easier to guarantee or to craft these at rank 2 with rank 1 materials, which you need to do. Which you need to be able to do. It may not be the most profitable, but yeah, you'll definitely be able to squeeze some gold out of this, especially if you're even lightly profitable on the ciphers and the inks. you'll be able to expand your margins even further. I don't have an ink crafter or a cipher crafter. I wanted to set one up. I just didn't get around to it. And it sounds like from what you're saying, OG Dogbone, it probably isn't worth me setting that up anyway. So, hey, save myself the time and energy, I suppose. I mean, it also cost myself the profits that I would have made had I done it earlier on, but it is what it is. So that's one item I would definitely look at. Right, this recipe will set you back 150 artisans acuity, and I don't think there should be too much competition for it because most people have spent their artisans acuity on knowledge point books and accessories. Very few people spent their artisans acuity on recipes, which I think is a huge gap in the market and one that I'd be more than happy to exploit. All right, so item number one, these missives, and specifically the profession tool missives. All right. Dogbone, thank you for your response. That gives me a few ideas to work through. Oh, I'm not done answering your question, man. I got a bunch more. I got a couple other suggestions for you that I'll quickly cover as well. One of the other items that I would definitely take a look at, and where I'm sort of driving this guy to next, is the Vantis runes. Now, I don't think these will sell as well now because I think a lot of the prog guilds have probably gotten through it and stuff like that. But there's constantly going to be sales for this throughout the expansion. Right, because not everyone's at a cutting edge guild or whatever it is, and yeah, you know, all people at all difficulty levels are going to be using these. Right now, these don't seem to be profitable, or at least it doesn't look like it. But certainly on Mondays and Tuesdays, you can craft these with rank 1 materials at rank 2, and you will be able to sell these profitably and in volumes, right? Especially if you're able to craft your own inks, or does this use ciphers? I don't think so. I think this is just inks. If you can craft inks cheaper as well, all the better. What the hell just happened? It refreshed into being profitable, which is what I thought it should be to begin with. Yeah, but here you go. 16% profit margin, right? I don't have all of my knowledge points in here as well. My goal is to try and be able to craft these at rank 3, but it's not profitable, and I doubt it will be. I don't see the profit. I don't see the price on these going up, right? We're past the Race of World First, which I don't think Race of World First players would have been buying these off me anyway. But yeah, the other market, and this is where I'm planning on setting up dedicated alts to craft these, are these Dark Moon sigils. All right, and the reason that I'm most interested in these, I think Ascension and Radiance are the ones that are on the BIS list the most. Let me see if I can pull up that list, and I'll drop that in chat as well, because this is a great starting point to go off of, is the BIS crafted list. Mainly because of the fact that Wowhead has this great guide that has the BIS crafting recommendations for every spec on one page. And the reason that this makes it super easy is because you can then hit Control F and we can see how many specs have a specific item for. So if we're trying to decide which sigil to go for, you can come here and see that Symbiosis is only BIS for 3 specs, right? Ascension, on the other hand, is BIS for 32 specs. So Ascension is going to be the one that we want to go for. I don't know why I went Radiance on this guy. Because Radiance isn't even BIS for anyone. All right, so I was a noob when I did that. But I would look at Ascension for sure, and maybe look at the others as well. Right? They may not be BIS for as many specs, but as a result, they may have less competition. And this tree is relatively easy to unlock. You just need 1 point in here to unlock the first subspec. Obviously, you'll have to pick between these two. But once you've done that, you'd probably want to dump points in here anyway, once you max out missives or Vantis runes or whatever you're doing. At that point, you'll learn this recipe, which is great in and of itself because of the fact that you can start using your concentration here. And if you picked a better one than I did, I don't know what the hell I was thinking when I picked Radiance. Ascension is the one to go for, I think. Again, check on your server, check in your region. Not your server, check in your region. Yeah, check this out. 6,000 gold profit using concentration. So, I mean, that's about 12,000 gold just off the top there. Let alone, depending on your your specs and things like that, you may be able to guarantee these rank 2 crafts. Let's see here. Yeah, so you can see here, I mean, there's not a huge profit margin, right? But if I was to craft these Ascension ones, I can make a pretty tidy little I mean, it's showing me 3% here right now, but that's also because of the fact that I don't have any skill in this. So I'm using rank 2 ciphers. But here's the thing, if you're crafting your ciphers profitably or close to profit, right? If you're able to get nice cheap prices on your ciphers, you'll save some gold there and your margins will be slightly larger. But I think these are also another market that I at least, admittedly, I haven't been watching as much gold making content as I usually do. But Dogbone, I would definitely look into this as well. I think this is a market that I'm very interested in. And sigils will continue to sell, man. Embellishments sell throughout the entire expansion, right? If not now, with the next season, with the how they keep changing around things, they keep hot fixing different classes and things like that. So they'll keep shifting around. People will keep crafting gear. Yeah. So I expect sales of these to remain pretty stable. And that aside, it's a pretty easy market to get into because you actually don't need that many points at all in anything to get cracking with this. So I would definitely look at that. That's another market I'd look into. Now, contracts do technically exist as an option, and you could look at that as well. And the thing I like about the contracts is that not only are they gated by Artisan's Acuity, in the case of the Severed Threads one, never mind, I thought it was gated by Cash as well, but all these are gated by rep as well, which I think most people have more than enough rep now to buy these, but it's just one more sort of like hurdle that competition has to cross to compete with you. And so contracts are another option. You can see at rank 2, we're able to craft these profitably, right? I don't have any knowledge points in contracts. I have some in the other trees that help out as well. You can look at contracts. I'm a bit skeptical. And mainly that's because of the fact that until now, the character that I've been crafting my contracts on does not have such nice margins, which is making me think that I should probably just start doing contracts on this dude instead. But yeah, I mean, contracts are another good option as well. I didn't think they would be because I thought they were all losing me gold, and they are on the crafter that I'm doing them on right now. I'm just realizing that I need to do them on this character instead. And again, it's gated by the Artisan's Acuity, so you know that you'll have less competition than any other recipe. But Dogbone, let me know in chat if that helped you. I think those are the builds that work best for your current skill set. If you had like a fresh scribe, I would say honestly profession equipment. One of my other scribes is specialized in profession equipment. And just the green profession equipment. These ones, the scribe's quill and stuff like that. The Hasty Alchemist mixing rod, beautiful item. Because of the fact that I craft my own missives super cheap on this guy. Slap multi-craft or resourcefulness on these green alchemist mixing rod. Not only will they sell for like 9 grand, but I also can't keep them in stock long enough to figure out exactly how much gold I could make with them. Happy to help. Happy to hear that it was helpful. Okay. Bipolar Taco, what are your thoughts on best AoE cloth farm build? I honestly don't know. I'm not trying to be unhelpful here. I'm just always hesitant to like give advice on things that I'm not super confident about because I don't want to give you bad advice and then you end up losing gold or worse, like wasting knowledge points. You know what I mean? But I don't think there's I mean, that said, I've spent quite a bit of time in the tailoring tree. I don't think there's too much in the way of builds that you would go, right? I think the main thing is just from Textile Treasures. If you max out basically Textile Treasures, I think that's the only tree that really gives you a benefit, right? I don't have this taken on any of my characters because I don't really farm. But I think I mean, am I missing anything? Presumably someone more qualified than me can answer this in chat. But basically I think it's just 30 points into Textile Treasures is the only like farming build, right? I don't think your profession equipment or anything else impacts it. I think it's just literally this tree. Maxing this out will give you the highest cloth drop percentage. And then each of the nodes give you like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25%. So I think that's basically the build, right? Midro, by the way, Drell, could you advertise your Discord as well if you use it at all? Yeah, for sure. By the way, everyone, Discord. Let me have my bot drop a link here. But yeah, join the Discord as well. Check that out. Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm not as active on Discord as I should be, but thank you for reminding me, Midro. Yeah, I should definitely be plugging that a lot more than I do. All right, let's quickly do the mailbox opening, and then we need to end the stream because we're already a little bit delayed, and at some point my wife will start yelling at me. Realistically not, but she doesn't watch the stream, so I can kind of say whatever I want on here. But okay, so this is my banker who just does profession equipment. I mean, basically server specific items, right? So profession equipment is mainly what he's been selling. But then also leveling gear, also some PvP gear in here. Is there anything else? I think that's more or less it. And so we have about 106,000 gold worth of stuff here. Oh, I forgot to open up my gold total here. So we're at 37 million gold is our starting point. And I think we're definitely going to hit 39 million gold. The question is how much further than that can we go? On Monday's stream, I thought we'd hit 40 million gold on today's stream. But yesterday wasn't as good of a day for sales as I thought it would be. So now I think it may take us until Friday, but we'll see. There's a non-zero chance that it ends up only coming on by Monday or next Wednesday stream. Yeah. Pen isn't working. All right. So that's this guy done. That got us to about 37.1 million. Let's log off of him and go over to my main banker, who's my enchanter, who sells all my enchants, my drums, right? My armor kits, my missives, all of the region-wide stuff. And she should have at least about 2.2 million gold, maybe a little bit more. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Oh, thank you for the follow, OG Dogbone. Very, very much appreciate that. All right. So, let me finish chewing. Sorry. Let me make things easier for our vertical viewers as well. Okay, so we're starting at 37.1 million. And we've got 2.2 million gold in the mailbox. All right. I gotta jot down another timestamp. All right. So we've got 2.2 million gold worth of auctions in this first mailbox, and then we have another 9 mails as well, which should hopefully have even more. But yeah, basically this is everything we sold since Monday. As you guys can see, spell threads, missives, enchants, right? There's some Vansis runes in here as well. Like I said, those are profitable on Tuesdays. Do we have some contracts? I think there's some contracts in here as well. Drums, right? Missives, enchants, more or less, yeah, the same sort of stuff that I said, right? Convincingly realistic jumper cables. I've talked about this on stream before as well. For engineers out there, that's been a decent little gold maker for me. I mean, 11,000 gold worth of them sold here, another 50,000 there, right? And that was mainly because I was trying to figure out what else I could do with my engineer other than selling profession equipment, which was where the bulk of the gold was coming from. Yeah. And then the last mailbox has 41,500 gold, which brings us to a new record, boys, of 39.3 million gold. What do you guys think? Can we hit 40 million gold by Friday's stream? Let me know in chat if you guys think we can do it. Anyway, with that said, we are going to wrap up this stream here. I'm going to hit a quick little / reload. Oh, we were supposed to look at the trading post, but you know what? I may just do that offline and release a handy dandy little video for you guys on YouTube or YouTube Shorts or TikTok or Twitch or Twitch Stories. I don't know, on all the different things, right? Anyways, we're wrapping up the stream here. Thank you so much, everyone who watched live. I see we have a bunch of people who came through on Twitch today. We had some people on YouTube as well. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone who chatted, who asked questions, and joined in. It always makes the stream a lot more fun. Thank you to everyone who followed. Very much appreciate that. If anyone wants to subscribe, we'll do a bonus stream probably tomorrow. So I'll I'll leave it to you guys. If you think I've earned a sub, please consider subbing. It really does help me out. We're trying to replace the broken headset so that I can stop having this thing tap me on the shoulder every time I move my head. But anyway, yeah, Friday stream. We'll be back on Friday about 4 hours before whatever time it is in your time zone right now. So please do drop by back. I don't know how to say. All right. Please drop by again on Friday at roughly the same time, and we'll have the giveaway for the pet there then. Okay. And on Friday's stream, we're also going to not only set up a leatherworker from scratch, but we'll also cover the enchanting catch-up mechanic and exactly how that works, the quickest way to get it done, and we'll also try and see how we can make a profit while doing that. All right. All that to come on Friday. Hopefully I'll get off my butt and actually edit some of the videos that I've been promising for weeks at this point. Yeah, hopefully that helped you guys. I think the inscription deep dive was kind of nice. We spent a good bit of time on leatherworking as well, so hopefully that was helpful. Right, we started off the stream by leveling, getting our Death Knight to 80 and doing a bit more leveling on my warrior as well. What else did we do? We spent some time covering tailoring, right, which I hope that was helpful as well. And yeah, beyond that. What else did we do? Yeah, we figured out a little vault glitch, shall we call it? Feature. We figured out a cool little vault feature, but yeah. All right, anyways, have a great day, everyone. Day, evening, whatever time it is in your time zone. Hope it's great. May the RNG gods be ever in your favor, and I hope you guys make a bunch of gold listening to all of the things that we covered on stream today. And we'll come back on Friday and let me know how it all went. All right. Take care out there. Stay safe, everyone. Have fun. Bye-bye. Oh, forgot to stream ending. There we go. All right. Bye for real this time.